We might, yeah, we're up. All right. Let's open up AOO. No, none of that. We're just gonna just open it like we just did the stream. Let's minimize that away. No, 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 no. Put that back up there. What just happened? Okay. Let's minimize that. Open that. Yes. We're gonna do that. We're gonna jump right in the city. I think we up. Check out. Anybody want to check YouTube for me? Make sure that's up and working. I think we might be.
Try your notification.
Yeah. All right. Word. So we working. We up. Okay. All right. Let's pop this up in here, and we'll get right into it.
Yep, you're up and cruising, bro.
All right. Word. Fuck yes.
Somebody's got their YouTube turned up. I can hear it.
All right. So
There's
somebody.
like a 20-second delay.
All right. Somebody's gonna have to turn that off because I'm not Woody. I don't know how to completely control this thing yet. All right. So
Me, it was checking it.
is my stream running in Discord as well?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Word. All right. So that's not an issue.
Word.
I'm gonna turn up
Word.
the volume on my end, and we can get going. Sorry for the delay, guys. All right, so what we're gonna cover today is a little bit of city building, getting people right, getting people into like the right things to focus on. Basically teaching you how to like be able to fight and grow. Obviously, this isn't like I'm not appealing to mainly just whales. I want to get to like the average players, the lower end players, and so on and so forth. So that way you guys can actually see how to build a city in terms of basically just your everyday player. You know what I mean? Not the one percenters. I want to be able to get like appeal to everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the younger cities.
Yes, the smaller cities. Like I want to be able to help you guys out in terms of growing the right things and focus on the things that is not going to cost you an arm and a leg. So let me just quickly do that so my OCD doesn't bother me. Okay. Yo, laptop playing is not it. I don't know how Woody does this. Like this looks crazy to me. Why is he building things right here? It's like in the middle of my screen. All right. So, first things first, we're gonna jump into what do you guys want to see first? What does the community want to see first? Like, what do you guys have questions for? Before I jump into what I want to teach you guys and all that stuff, what do you guys want to hear? Don't all speak at once.
Well, they don't want to ask a question you're going to cover.
Well, I'm gonna cover everything, but I want to know what you guys want to hear first, so I can get started on something that you guys truly want to hear. Make sure I can do this with you guys. Okay. Okay, got a few of those. Let's see what we have here. Officers. So when you're coming into your drill masters, obviously, give me 1 second. I got a little sheet here too that I can go off of and kind of talk about with you guys. All right, so Caddy's gonna give you it's gonna give you attack against MRA, attack against LR troops, increase attack against melee. I personally see those as their increased attacks, so you're gonna want to not go. I wouldn't go for that first for your medium and low. I would go for the second one, the guard rabbit right here, where it's a reduction, like kind of like lead guard touch base on. Like you kind of want to go into the reduction areas for your lower spenders and medium spenders, in my opinion, because you're gonna get the most bang for your buck in that department for those. In terms of where you're gonna go for, sorry, I'm fucking get this on my face. All right, and then if you're gonna go into like these, you're just gonna get an increased attack boost. You know what I mean? It's not really I don't see that, me personally, I don't see that as like a huge gain for what you could get from the opposing one. So obviously in every single drill master, you're gonna have the two selections so far from what I've seen is it's gonna be attack against or it's gonna be a reduction. Every single one. You guys following? So if I were you, it's very similar to like when you're in the warfare area, like when you're looking at these and you're going through them. I mean, if you're an LRA player, you're gonna go for the LR first. You know what I mean? And for if you're a mid range, you're gonna go for the mid range first, right? So it's similar, like kind of like where you leveled up the LRA or the MRA first, depending on your type of player. It's drill masters. I'm gonna say I would do the same idea, same concept, but instead of the increase, I would go the reduce. Now, as far as the gold skills go and the purple skills, that's where you gotta kind of look at these sheets. I mean, I believe that guy, what's his name, that makes the spreadsheets. Does anybody know his name? It's like Enox or something like that. Yeah, Enox. All right,
Yeah,
so
like from the 100.
yeah, so you're gonna get like your increased defense and HP of all troops, increased attack of all troops, increased attack of all troops, increased defense HP. You know what I mean? You're gonna get those from your purple skills, depending on which ones like you get upgraded, and then you get your gold skills. The gold skills, what I'm looking at so far is the increase. Like the first one for Caddy is this one right here. This little skill, that's increased attack of all troops by a certain percentage and increased damage when attacking units with a shield by a percentage. The second one, the little bear, that's reduced damage taken from MR troops. And then Simon's is his first one is increased damage to melee troops, which is very solid. That is a very solid one right there. I would highly recommend that to your lower and non-spenders, and honestly, just every player altogether. Like that would be the first one I'm gonna go for if you're gonna go for one. See, I'm just now looking at this for the first time with you guys, so bear with me on it. The next one is this little thing right here. That's going to be the protection force field. At a start of a battle, Titans and Warplanes get a protection force field, resisting their HP by a certain percentage of damage for 10 seconds. It's also it seems like all these skills are the same as like some of the gold ones like the gold ones that are coming off of warfare. So it seems like you're just going to be adding more to that. It's more island stuff, like more um, island and plane and Titan kind of skills that you're just getting at a cheaper cost than getting it from like the island and the plane. Like the increased damage to melee troops, that's the same thing you would get for the final skill of the warplane. So I mean, like this, you're getting things at a lower cost if you're just playing it smart and you're going for these things that are like tougher to get later on. Like if, like for instance, let me go get out of here. Go to your warplane. You go to your lab, and you go to this skill right here. Increase damage to melee troops. You know what I'm saying?
Started on that thing yet.
Yeah, but if you look at that, so now like this is the last skill you're gonna get from it. It's a great skill, but like how much money do you have to spend to get to this skill? You can get it in drill masters in your officers now. You can get it with what was that? Simon. You can get it off of Simon, and what was the other officer that you can get it from now in warfare? I forget who it is. I have to go and personally go look. I think I want to say Alexandria. Zeus. No, it's not Zeus. Who is it? Is it Stormbow? Yes, Stormbow. So you can get the same skill right here, the melee killer from Stormbow as well, and like those right there are solid skills if you're on the lower end and you're looking for like the smarter thing to buy. Like obviously I would go that first and then go for your LR reductions, you know what I mean? Get those are like obviously a guaranteed good pick no matter what. I believe I did that first for these. I did the reduced damage and I did Zeus, I believe, is increased damage. Yeah, increased damage. So I worked on those. Those were the first two I did unlock when I first did this. Those are like your second, third option.
No, oh, shit.
B&B, your mic's on.
My bad. I fuck around like that.
I'm here for it.
My YouTube is only showing Age of Origins background. What do you mean? Hold on. I gotta look this up. Sorry, guys. What's going on here? I'm just having the worst luck ever with this.
Yeah, Barry, your thing is only showing like your starting screen. It's on the stream is starting screen.
Oh my god. I am horrible at streaming at this point. Alright. Let's try this one. Aha! There we go. I think I got it figured out. Is it better now? Did I fix it? Damn, this whole entire time I'm sitting here.
You're good. Alright.
It's up and running now?
Yeah, you're good.
That works.
Yep.
Fuck
You
yeah.
should call this "Learn to Stream with Barry."
Yo, seriously, bro. If you guys are learning now at this point, should be paying you guys.
We're just clowning. We appreciate you, man. You'll get it sorted.
We're gonna get it right. We're gonna get it right. Alright. It's up and running though, guys, right? 100%.
I mean, I don't care about YouTube. I can watch it here, so that's fine.
No, I'm saying, is
I'm
it?
here with you.
It says upcoming on YouTube. What the hell's going on with that, yo? Nah, fam, this is.
They said it's working. Just keep rolling.
Alright, we'll keep it rolling. Alright, so what do you guys have for questions on the actual, like the officer equipment? Like, what do you guys more or less want to know about it? Like, when you're looking at it, like what do you want to focus on? Is that what you're aiming for with the drill masters?
Barry, I've got a
Not
question.
to throw you
Is
off.
it better than the officer's equipment?
My plan is just to balance them out. I'll just upgrade all of them slowly over time.
Well, I personally like the three I did tell you to do those are the three I would go for. Like I would go for Freya, Selena, and I believe that was Simon. Those are the three I would go for. With Simon being
yeah, but at the lower level, lower levels, they're fairly cheap, and so I'll just get like all of them level 5 to start out with, and go from there.
Yeah, that's always the right move. I mean, I did that currently with with all the warfare. I pushed them all to blue, and then I pushed them all to purple, and then I pushed them all to gold. But I had an order for which I was gonna do that for, because obviously when you start getting to like pushing them to gold, you want to kind of do the ones you want first to gold, opposed to just aimlessly doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that. So those ones I would do.
You talking about prioritizing?
Yeah, I would prioritize the ones that I said, those skills. I would go for those. If you're gonna go for any first, those would be the ones to go for. The Simon, Freya, and Selena, because of their gold skills though. Like, if you're going to go gold, I mean, you can get them all to purple at the same time if you're going to individually kind of evenly go across the board. I don't think there's really a way to go about that unless you want, like, oh my god. Like, I would definitely go for your reductions first, not your attack against. Like, if you're going to go up, like, to blue, And let's say you don't have enough to get all of them to blue at the same time, I would go get all your reductions to blue first, then do your increased attack to blue, then so on and so forth, do the swap from purple. Now you can pick and choose whether you want HP or attack on your percentages. I mean, it's that's kind of like common sense, I know, for most people, but some people maybe not so much. You guys know what I mean. I don't know why my
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna follow.
Yo, this is crazy that my YouTube really isn't working though. It's sad. Oh well. All right. Well, anyways.
Bro, it doesn't matter. Don't stress that thing, man. Like you can get another YouTube. Just run it.
And that's
No, I'm serious. Like you not your only run it. And you can do another one.
Yeah, true, you're right. Alright, so that would honestly for if you're like whereas if you're going for like planes, like for instance, like look here, like when I'm looking at this plane right now, like getting it to where I'm at right now is stupid. It's like ridiculous. And it's a minor gain compared to what you're gonna like for what it costs to the reward. I mean, yes, it's nice to have that because obviously the plane does do damage, but the officers and the way their stats are pushing up, like you're getting so much things. Plus, you're getting the gold skills for like that you would get on the island. Like these are all island skills that you can only get from like getting like this. You know what I mean? The water park, and it's like, all right. Well, I think there's actually the aquarium for one of them. But like, look at this. Like, how much do you think this cost right here to get this little item? Just this one.
$300.
500.
Like 500. You could get this skill off of just going to officers for like close to like maybe $100. It's
Sounds right.
Yeah, it's like it's a dramatically cheaper way to get those skills, and I think that Camel's idea was to appeal to the smaller crowd to be able to get those skills because there's a lot of people in this game that can't just drop $500 in a matter of like 10.
You can get a couple unworldly. All right.
What'd you say?
You can get a couple of unworldly stats for that.
Exactly. Like you're spending all that, you can get like your unworldlies done. You know what I mean? You could do other things. You could add some more titans, and it's like, why do all that when now it's in the officers? You can actually go out there and get these officer equipments and get them raised up and be able to get those skills that those whales and bigger spenders spend $500 in a matter of like 10 minutes just to get that one little thing. Where you can get it for a lot cheaper. Some people can even get it for free for the most part. I mean, I think the only thing that you need to spend money on to get these officers, like the gold pieces, is the gold pieces. I forget where they are. Let me see if I even have any. I don't think I do. Is that weekly? That those gold things? Where are they? Why don't I see them? Oh, these things right here.
The gold alloys.
Yeah, the gold alloys. Like these are the only ones that you have to actually like spend on. But like, you could get like the first pack. Like obviously, this is pack 4, so it's a bit pricey. But you could get all those for like the cheap. And like even going in here, you get like the little gift packs that refresh every 3 days. Yeah, I mean, you could come in here and grab these. All right. Once again, 4. All right. But I think that first one starts off at like $2.99. I might be mistaken though. If anybody knows that for sure. But yeah, I mean that's like a lot cheaper of a way if you're gonna go in that route. Yeah, I mean, and then like we're gonna touch base on a lot.
The first one is $3.99. I just checked.
All right, yeah, so $3.99. I mean, that's not bad. Like, you know, the lower tier spenders, they can spend that and accumulate that over time. Even if you don't have a gold like a gold skill, like a gold officer equipment yet, like, and you got 399 to spend, like, just start stacking those up. Like, they reappear every 3 days. You know what I mean? Just start accumulating them. So when you finally do get gold, you can upgrade them like fairly decently. You know what I mean? Like kind of like how
Yeah.
when we,
People are saying the 299 pack. We're talking about the one with the gold pieces, so it's 399.
correct, and then
Sorry.
it's
You're
very
talking about the core,
yeah,
gold
like the
cores?
gold, yeah, the gold cores. Like it's
Okay.
just like the when we all first started, and obviously there's some people that have just like recently started in like younger nations and stuff like that. But like when we first started, uh, we were trying to figure out what these were. Way back in the day, I believe the mutant gens, mutant stones. Where are they? These things. You remember when we had no idea what they were? They were just there in the packs. And I remember early on when I first started, I bought one of the packs and I was thinking like, oh, I can use this. I wonder what this thing does. And I'm like searching everywhere, like, what do I use this for? It took me forever to realize. Like, I finally got to purple and I started realizing, oh my god, I gotta use these to get to gold. Like,
Any of the gold items in the packs, I'm still like that. Don't worry.
yeah. So like. So what I did, like what I started to learn is like, damn, I should have just started like getting those like throughout the time of growing, like maybe the first pack while I was waiting to get to the point where I could actually use them. So I had a bunch stacked up and I could just level up. That is like the way to go. If you're early on, you're starting, you know what I mean? You want to be able to do that, stack them, and just let them sit. Like obviously they're of no gain to you right in that moment, but they will be down the road, and it will be important because though like you can't get those for free. Really, I don't think those come in free things. Like they used to give them out in Chaos Land for awards, but I don't think they really have many events to get those. But it's similar with like the gold items.
It definitely applies. The same theory applies to the officer equipment. Just buy all that shit because,
Yeah.
you know, as you can, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah. You know what I mean.
Another-
Like,
Don't get to a spot where you're just waiting on all
No.
the gold alloys to pop out.
yeah,
I
definitely.
know what you mean. I do the same thing. I buy the first two mutant packs every week.
Yeah, it's a good move, man, because like it helps out. You know what I mean. So like later on, when you're in like a random push, and for like the medium spenders, when you're like you really want something, you know what I mean. Like you want to get your Titan to like gold, like or tier 3 gold or tier 7 gold, and you're trying to make that push, and it's like you don't want to be sitting there buying out the whole entire weekly specials for like 2 weeks straight trying to get it. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. So like if you can
Not only that, as if you buy slowly one item, like through the events, by the time you have enough of that one item, you don't need to buy any jars either.
correct, because like right now, and then on top of it, as you get older, you know what I mean. Like your nation gets older, like a lot of items start becoming like easy to come by. Like hold on, scroll down.
Dude, Pat sounds like Patrick Starr. Hey, a thing that I wish I would have known when I was brand new was like, dude, if you're gonna spend money on the game, buy the AOZ coins from the website.
Oh,
Oh,
yes, absolutely. That is a must. See, we didn't have that when I first started. Those weren't a thing. So it was just Apple purchase after Apple purchase every time. Getting
Yeah,
10.
but twice a month they have those like they give you blue coins, so it's essentially like 5% off or something.
Yeah, something like that. It's like $8 for a $10 pack of coins.
Yeah, and well, yeah, you get a certain amount of coins when you buy them, and then also use the 3 coupons like for the $10 packs. That's why would you not? Makes them 10% off.
Correct. Yeah, but like you start to accumulate these to a point where it's like almost ridiculous. Like you start having the storage energy jars, you know, just from doing your Doom's Iron and your Mother of Doom or whatever. And keep in mind, like I've got to a point where I barely even do those, because like it's like what is the point? I mean, the most I get is really like this stuff right here. But all right, let me go back here. Let me see what else can I touch bases on with you guys. I mean, we can dive into I also don't want to bore people to death. You know what I mean? I want to be able to give you guys an idea of how to build like to the basics. I feel like it's been a
So
while.
Barry,
Hmm?
do you get 15? Do you get Freya to 15 first? Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh
Is
no
it
no no.
Freya and
So
then
for Freya, I went for her stars before I went for her breakthrough.
yeah. I'm talking about officer equipment. Like
Officer equipment. Yes, no, so I would go her for her let me go and pull it up real quick for you so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. See, I haven't really messed with the officer equipment just yet for drill masters. I've been kind of just seeing what people are doing first, but I've already looked at the thing, so I believe it's this one. Let me just verify so I'm not giving you guys false information. Back here, over here. Okay, so Freya is, I believe, her second skill. It's a small robot. Yes. So both of hers are solid. So like obviously this one I'm gonna go for first. Like,
Yeah, please click that button, dude. My OCD's kicking in.
all right,
yeah, just click the button
sorry.
and show us.
All right,
And show out.
we'll get it there. We'll get it there.
I got 1,000 of them. That'll be nice.
We'll get them there. We'll get them there. See if we can get her to. How much do you think it would go?
15.
How much do you think it would cost to get her to 15?
I just spent a lot. I just bought that up to. I just did it, but I did everything to level 5, and then I did that one to level 10. But I didn't have enough to push it to 15.
Okay, so let's see what I can get.
If you can't do it, I'll push it to 15, and then you can see my screen. We'll see how it goes.
We're gonna find
For science.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
for-
this is all for science. This is all for science.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just seeing what I can do in terms of trying to do it now. I want to make sure because I have been pushing that like my officer equipment up a lot, so those packs have been getting bought. Let's try this one.
See, I'm at 9999. I don't want to do it.
Okay.
But I'm at level 10.
All right. We'll find out. We're gonna try and do this together, guys.
The next time we make it into the store, can we please just buy all the shit?
All right, so level 15 is gonna be a bit pricey.
I bet you could get one pack and it would do it on the weekly.
On the weekly? Is there any on the daily?
One? No, it's the other one. It's the other skills.
No. Hold on. There might be some in the daily. No,
that one. Got that one.
Yeah.
Hey Barry, if you go to the chat right now, somebody posted screenshots of your YouTube, and apparently your face is really dark and they can't see it.
Oh, you want to see my face?
They're just saying turn a light on so they can get off.
I got you, buddy. 1 second.
They want to see how pretty you look.
Oh, wow, Barry. Oh my god. Terrible.
Oh, Planky, you didn't want to see me? That's crazy. Is it better now?
I don't know. I can't. And when you stream on Discord, I can't see your face. What the heck?
Yeah.
But on YouTube, I can't.
It's a Streamlab thing.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, yeah. So, see, I'm not wilding out and going for the 50. That's a bit excessive, if you ask me.
Bro looks like a suspect.
I look like a suspect.
Whoa.
That's
whoa.
All right. So we're gonna take a look at was that Peter talking? That was saying he can get to 15?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Let's take a look. Let's see what you got. I believe didn't Papa get it's worse? What do you mean it's worse? Come on. Now y'all got me wondering what my YouTube looks like right now. I can't see it.
I might need donations though. Just saying.
You might need donations.
Just share,
Yeah.
like Woody shared.
Peter, that's crazy. Listen, if we're gonna do all that, we might as well just be on my screen. That's crazy. Unbelievable, this guy.
I'm just trying to work it without working it. You know.
I see what you're doing there, man. That's crazy. All right, let me go look at this. Can you actually do it or not?
Yeah, he had 600, right?
I mean, I could do it, but
I just did it. I just did it.
I'm not looking at
Long range
your
resistance.
screen. Oh, I see it right now.
Oh, you don't see it?
Let me go take a look.
See it?
Hold on, I'm coming in. Bear with me, it's taking a minute. All right, so you got it up to 15. All right, so so that's a reduction. So you get your reduction on this. So, and that obviously we all know what that skill is. You get the reduction damage from LRA, which is always huge. I will be his manager. What's being said in this chat right now? Yeah, that's the what is happening.
So yeah, that's killer. That right there is killer.
Yes, that obviously everybody knows. Everybody knows that is probably if not the best skill. It like top 2. That's that skill right there, in my opinion. Because I mean, you can get that obviously from Aeon and Alexandria. Yo, Travis, you trying to be my manager, bro?
You just trying to help. I'm here trying to help you out.
I'm always naked. What he's talking about?
Well, you said right here. You said this was the most important. You said get the fleet expansion.
Well, yes. Well, when we're talking about like fleet size, obviously that is. But we're not talking about fleet size. We're talking about like.
Yes. But you were talking about a priority of your officers.
When we're talking about
like fleet size.
Yes.
And then you were like, do long range damage reduction. You've been saying it since forever. So.
Yeah. So like when we're talking about your actual stats, we're gonna talk about the reduction of damage. When we're talking about just stats and like just unworldlies in general, we're gonna talk about your fleet size. Like your fleet size is huge. Like more troops, more damage. Everybody knows this. That's common sense. More people to kill. You know what I mean? But when you're coming in terms of like your actual statistics, stuff like that, like I went for my reduction first. Like, and I can actually show you. Like if you pop over to my screen real quick, I'll show you like out of all my unworldlies, I think those are the only ones that are both triple S and 30.
Okay, I'm checking it out. Let me see.
All right, just hold on. Sorry, what is happening here? All right, so we're gonna go into a point, and when we look at them, like. My reduction, triple S, 30. That was the first ones that were ranked up to 30. And then we go here, triple S, 30. Every time. To me, that is my preference. And it's honestly a lot of like, from who I've learned, like the people I've learned from like over time playing this game, that was a skill that I noticed made the biggest impact towards my gameplay, and in terms of like being stronger, being able to do a lot more different things, like being more of a problem to deal with basically for the opponents that I'm versing. That was the biggest difference for me, was that skill.
Barry, for like somebody that doesn't spend as much, would you recommend getting all officers of 55 to include the drill masters before you start fortifying any of your star skills?
So I'm gonna say it like this, and like what I tell my people is when I first started, something I didn't really like, because I have OCD as well. So like when I'm looking at these, I want to see all 55. But if I was gonna do it in a certain way, I would level your fleet size officers to 55 first, and I would even keep these guys at 50 until I do so. You know what I mean? Like I would hang around 50 on these. But I mean, like something that V time is
I
very
mean,
good at.
I'm saying like right now. So my strategy officers are 55, my war officers are 55, and my drill masters are like all 49.
Yeah, so
But I'm starting to
you're
get
working your way up. You're working your way up.
so I'm
Yes,
starting to get,
I would go 55.
right, but I'm starting to get my 6-star skills in my war officers, and I'm tempted to fortify them, but I don't want to because I want to get my drill masters to 55.
And see, now this is where it falls down to this is your preference. I personally would stop on them. I'd get them to like 50, stay there because your next 5 levels are a lot more to gain, to go up, and less to get back. So let's say you haven't really upgraded your unworldlies at all. Like let's just say they're at 0, like 1, level 1 or whatever it is.
Yeah, they're all level 1.
Yeah, so they're all level 1. So right now, I would say, like, I would jump them to 10 before I start pushing the officers to 55. Like even if you look like right now, like I can show you my drill masters, like they're all level 10 because it's quick, easy gains. Like it's like I haven't perfected all my like these aren't the final outcome for my my drill masters. Like as you can see, like even the blues, like I went 10 across the board.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like I just was walking through it and I was like, you know what? I'm just unlocking them. I haven't put them in the right slots yet. Like nothing's in their right place. So I just level them up to 10 because no matter what, if they're wrong skills or not, they're still going to give you a gain in some general area, and it still could be better than what you're going to get for leveling up. Like per se, like let's say she's at 50 and you're going to go to 55. I mean, this one, I'm going 55 because of this right here. I'm gonna go 55 all day.
I like melee.
I wouldn't even do the 6 stars yet. I would just do the equipment. You're getting more return on those than 6 stars.
Correct.
You got to spend some.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna get. I hunt a lot of zombies, so I'm gonna get the XP. It's just a matter of where I'm gonna allocate it.
But that's where your free gain comes from. So now, if you're talking about your free gain, yes, like, and you're doing the killing zombies, you're doing the V time like special, and you're out there like letting your phone run or your iPad run and just killing monsters 24/7.
Yeah.
And really being on it, like that's free gain. Like I would find, like I would get like an officer and focus on it, hone in on it, like get them all to get all your unworldlies to 10. Leave it there, then hone in, get them all to 55, and now it's just 100% free gain towards your unworldlies. Now you can just, and if you haven't got all the right skills you want, level them all up evenly. If you do have all the right skills you want, pick a skill, like pick one that you really want to upgrade. Like, for me it was LRA, reduction of LRA, and then I went LRA. And then melee HP, like
I think you faded very.
Literally see it in my officers, like what I'm doing. Like I went increase attack of LRA. I pushed all my HP to melee troops up to 26. I got I've been kind of dabbling in the in-nation attack of LRA just because I want to touch 1800. Some of my skills aren't correct. Like I'm still perfecting my unworldlies. I haven't really touched in-nation HP, but like as you can see, even my HP 26, my reduction 30, LRA 30. But we've already seen that one. But when we come here to him, same thing, 30, 26. You know what I mean? Like I hone in on one thing and I focus on that until it's done. So like my goal was to get to 26 on all the HPs for melee. I honed in on that for a while.
Where do you stand on reduced damages from melee?
What do you mean? Like the unworldly? The one that you get from, I believe.
I see some people on like reduced damage from melee on the unworldlies. Sometimes they don't use them, sometimes they do. I don't know.
No, hell no. I would highly go against that. Some people like it because they probably have like in-nation.
Barry, I never want to.
What?
I never want to argue with you, bro, Barry. You're the fucking champ. But in the younger nations, I don't know if you're right, man.
Why? Like what? Like what's a valid reason of why that would be wrong?
Barry, in the younger nations,
They do what? Like they pump their melee attack.
Preach like a melee attack.
I'm not trying to make any points. I'm just
No.
Like,
I
in the
want
old
to.
nations,
I want to
Barry's
hear you.
probably 100% correct. But
No. So even the younger
in the young nations, it depends.
even in the younger nations, I'll tell you why. Because when you kill with your melee, like let's say that you do have a high melee attack, and I believe I do. Let me go double check right now. The uranium mine should be open. We'll go take a look at mine right now. See
Everyone's got a bubble. Has it been 2 hours since reset? Everyone's gonna have a bubble.
Oh no, that's cool. I can just look at like I can look at a past
old one.
report. Oh shit! What the fuck happened here? All right, so let's say like mine's 921. You know what I mean? Obviously, I don't pump it. It's not like something that's probably just base skills being pumped up for it. When you look at that, like 921. But if I would have even used, let's show you guys like a real report of something like I actually did, because I didn't do that.
Damn, Barry, I'm like, whoop your ass.
Yeah, everybody be beating me up, bro. I'm not that strong, man. All right, so
He took some time off too. That's what's up. He took some time off.
yeah. All right, so like look at this right here. All right, so my melee troops, they killed 32K. 32K. I mean, bro, that's minuscule, bro. Bro, like even if you do have like and honestly, like this is, and what's crazy is this is an ass whooping. Like this guy got his ass whooped. You know what I mean? Like there was no competition in there. He killed 32K. Like imagine you going up against head to head against somebody else just as strong as you. You know what I mean? Like those melee troops are not killing that much. Even with a reduction, I mean, what are you stopping? Like what are you stopping melee from doing? Killing 5K troops with a reduction of damage? Even if you have a strong melee, I mean, bro, it's like a strong melee attack. I mean, I just don't see it. If your majority of your troops are either LRA or it's MRA, I just don't see the logistics behind a troop that is not really meant to kill a lot.
Well, I think the theory is with those higher stats, you don't have to have so many melee troops. You can start scaling.
Well,
back.
yes, you still would need a lot of melee to protect your back line or your midline. Like you still need those troops. But if you're wasting one of your unworldly slots on a reduction of melee troops attack, if you really like reduction of damage, I mean, bro, it's not really gonna save you much. It's if anything, it's gonna hurt you for doing that. I mean, what that's meant for is when you attack, like let's say I decide I want to go attack let's just 50 million BP city that's got like let's say it's like a C-37. It's a 50 million BP. It's got probably about 3.8 million troops in it. And let's just say 1.5 million are frontline troops. Now, reduction of melee damage will play a good role in that aspect, because now you're sitting there and you have to chomp through all that front line, and you don't want that front line actually doing damage because there's a lot of front line there. Now that plays a role.
I mean, I think the City 37 would benefit more, or that City 38 in that situation would benefit more from the melee attack reduction.
But no, I'm just showing you in large numbers. In large numbers, like when you're attacking something that has a lot of troops and you're by yourself, that sounds like a skill I would enjoy. If I'm a solo player and I like to just play solo, and I don't ever attack with my team like at all. Like I'm a dirtbag, you know what I mean? I just want to play by myself. Yes, reduction of damage to melee troops is probably something I would have on my city. I would probably take off some maybe like melee defense or something, you know what I mean, and throw that on there. But I don't see that as being a viable unworldly if you're not a Civil War nation or you're not a solo player, like you want to play as a team. I don't see it as like but that could be just me. Maybe I'm wrong. If somebody here can correct me on that, by all means. But that's just my.
I think you'd be better off. You'd be better off putting a melee attack skill than a melee reduction skill.
Correct. Sorry, I'm reading the comments that are in the chat. Yeah, no, honestly, no, I don't see it as as a good skill. I forget who brought that up for the reduction, but because I can't see everybody that's talking. But yeah, no, I don't see it. There's I forget if you do have any questions about your unworldlies, like I believe in my Discord I have like an actual like layout for what you should be having on there for certain builds and all that other stuff. Obviously, like things are subject to change. Like I'm actually thinking about doing some changes myself with the fact that they just dropped the drill masters. With the fact that they have the attack in there, I've started to think that maybe I might switch over my unworldlies and try something a little different.
Hey, let me jump in real quick, Barry.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's take your scenario of attacking a city with, 3.5 to 4 million troops, so they've got a ton more front row than you. Wouldn't a reduction reduce the opponent more than increasing your melee attack 150 or 200 and going with 150 or 200 reduction? That's going to be that's going to affect more troops on the battlefield than an increase would.
Well, I'm talking about a reduction. He brought up a reduction to melee damage. So if you're going up against a lot of melee, like you would want a little bit of a reduction to the melee. I mean, unless you're like ridiculously strong, you'd want a little bit. And you do this often, like what I mean. Let's say like you attack like these fat cities often that have a lot of front line. Well, like, which is why I brought up Civil War, because that tends to happen a lot more when you're in Civil War. You tend to solo cities a lot more. You know what I mean? But I'm saying
triangle or polar, elite war, stuff like that, where guys tend to run a little bit heavier front row.
Correct. Yeah. Usually people do run a little bit more heavy front row, but I don't think that's gonna really do you much justice if like let's say if it's gonna be a whale that's gonna be doing the front row, which it's always gonna be a whale running the front row in triangle. I mean, you're not really stopping him regardless. You know what I mean? You add a reduction. I mean, a whale's not going to front line another whale. You know what I mean? They're not going to come out and be like, let me just front line this whale, unless they're like a mega whale, like a Ronaldo coming through it, and he's just going to front line your whole entire alliance. Your reduction of melee troops is not really going to be beneficial to you, even in that moment.
Okay.
Just because they're special, yeah. Like Random's even saying like their specials are defense. You know what I mean? Like they're not offense. Like we can go look at a troop right now. Let's go jump into this right here. We'll go to recruit. Like we go and look at their special. All right. So when taking a damage, have a 31% chance to block 50% of damage. That's what the tanks do. The T-13 tanks. Now let's go look at like T-12 shredders. What do? When battling, a damage reduction is triggered every 8 seconds. Damage taken is reduced by 34%. You know what I mean? Like these aren't like attacking situations. Like these are defense-minded troops. So it's like you're coming out like, and that's why I always preach to people that the melee attack like situation that a lot of people have taken to in the younger nations is mind-blowing, because these troops aren't really meant to be attacking troops. Like they can attack, but you got to also remember that that's also a huge role in your actual overall strength. Like I could go jump into my city and I can go frontline people that are weaker than me. You know what I mean? I could kill them regardless. I can kill them with any troop, really. I could probably throw T4s and kill them. But like it's not really a viable thing, in my opinion, is to be a attacking melee like on top of being an LRA or MRA player. Just to me, it doesn't make no sense. And I think a lot of that stemmed from Triangle and people being able to just load in front line in their Titans and Warplane and use Wolf the whole way through with their Aeon. And I feel like people just thought like, yo, I'll just add more melee attack and be able to kill a lot easier in that event. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, and the front row seems to really start to perform when you have a significantly higher HP than you do attack.
Correct. But I truly believe you would benefit more and see better results from having a melee defense unworldly instead of a melee attack unworldly.
Okay.
That's
Thank you. Yeah, because I mean, we got several of you guys thinking the same thing, and you're all whales to most of us.
I'm not. Trust me, I'm by no means a whale. I'm, if anything, like a little dolphin. Maybe like a salmon. These opponents with 2k melee HP need a counter in some way. Barry's a big tuna. Fuck you, Blanky. But no, yeah. So I mean, that's just me. I'm also thinking about changing into some of the builds because like I'm starting to see like even if you look in here, like I want to show you guys base stats real quick, like just regular unworldlies. We'll just go look at her just because I know she just bodied my shit. So I just want to see my stat. So like you see how like mid range attack is up to 905. So what I've started to see is like what happens if I take away like those skills like melee defense or like if I have like a siege, like as you guys can see, like not all my skills are completely perfected. Like what happens if I decide I want to go mid range and long range?
Yilf. Drop the melee attack, keep the melee HP up.
No, my melee, yeah, no. So I would keep the melee HP, so I don't have melee attack. Melee attack, that's just my base stats on melee attack. Like I don't have any unworldlies for melee attack. That's normal. That
Gotcha.
right. So that's just normal. So I don't have any of those. But my unworldlies are basically like melee defense, melee HP, cross nation, in nation melee HP, long range attack, in nation long range attack, and then I got like a few sieges and a few melee defenses. Now, if I just get rid of like those melee defenses cross nation and I decide I want to go and put some mid range attack cross nation, I've been contemplating what that would do for me because now I can kind of be like a dual type of player. Like, yes, it's kind of like a hybrid, but it gives me more of an option because I'm a void player. So if I want to go and attack a city quickly, like let's say I'm online by myself, and we all know mid-range attack is kind of a quicker kill. You know what I mean? Like they kill enemies a lot faster. So let's say I want to go do a hit and run on a blatant trap. I could just send my mid-range troops instead of long-range troops just to kill quick and retreat. So I've been thinking about it a little bit more because I do a lot of retreat attacks. I've been thinking maybe I can go mid-range attack and long-range attack, especially with the new drill masters adding more of the attack. What is it? Hold on, I can bring it in here real quick. So they just added more to this. And obviously, I'm in no competition with the whales of the game, so it's like I don't really care to fight whales in the uranium mine. But like right here, advanced kill, increase attack of all troops. They added what? How many officers? So 3 more of these skills were added.
Yeah.
So I mean, the overall attack is starting to go up, and obviously defense as well is going up because some of these are actually like HP and defense. You know what I mean? So like overall increase HP and defense. So it's like my defense is still going to be all right, my melee defense. What happens if I were to switch and now I have more of a, how do I call it? Like basically like I can be more versatile without actually hurting my LRA. That's just been my thought process lately. I've been thinking about it ever since I realized they dropped more. This isn't like advice to anybody. This is just me just thinking out loud. I don't know if it would be a good idea, and hopefully if you guys have any ideas of if you tried it or thought about it, it'd be cool to hear about.
I mean, we've fought one nation that I know of that had a guy that was trying to do mid and long range. And I mean, I can see the value in it because if you're going to smash a city and hit retreat, you're going to get a good amount of damage done.
Oh, absolutely. Which is why I'm like thinking about it because like I see these mid ranges, they'll like solo a trap of like 20 people and they'll still walk away with more points. It's like it's almost smart to kind of be to like, and then on top of it, you don't really know how to counter me because like, am I coming with long range troops or am I coming with mid range troops? See, if I come with long range, these guys might defend. Like they might think like, oh, he's a long range. I'm gonna go and defend on him because he might not outkill us. But if I switch up and I come with mid range troops, now they're already defending, thinking I'm a long ranger, and they're they're catching mid range troops that are gonna just eat through them for like the first 11 seconds, and I'm already gone, and I walked away with more points. Now they're gonna sit there and think about their traps more.
I don't know. I guess it depends on what you're using your city for. If your nation is trying to take down another whale, I think you're going to be better off with the long range attack focus. But if you're going to be, hitting guys that are a little bit smaller than you and trying to get points in Void and Frenzy, then I think you'd benefit pretty well from having a little bit more mid-range attack.
That's my thought process as well. I mean, I don't plan on fighting whales. Like we fight whales obviously as a team, but
yeah.
If I'm going solo, I'm not going up against another whale because it's like just going to the uranium mines. Like at that point, it's not a smart move. I'm not walking away with more points.
Whale lives matter.
He said whale lives matter?
Yeah, I think you could. I think you're strong enough. You could probably get away with that.
I'm thinking about it. I might try it. I might because obviously I have a few skills that I want.
Does anyone know how that?
What happened?
495 mental does in his attacks. Doesn't he
Yeah, he's a hybrid.
495 mental. His other city. I was gonna say, does anyone have seen his reports and how he does with it? Or?
I'm not sure if he's been playing it a lot lately. I know he's been in 425, and that's just a long. He
spends on both,
if I'm not mistaken.
He spends on both.
He spends on both.
His 495 is a true weird hybrid. Love him to death, but he's running the same MRA as he is LRA, which is insane.
That's kind of dope though. That's if you really think about it, it's like fire because you have unlimited switches in your formation. You can mess with people.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I don't know. He beat Raz with it, but my only thought process, because we analyzed it, is that he's giving up his melee defense and his HP for it.
Yeah, I can see that. That's just a tip talk.
So his front line dies really quick, and you and I both know when your front line goes, even if you have a high attack, if your troops don't stay alive, what good is a high attack?
Yeah, but that's what he was talking about, hitting that till your front line goes, and then just retreat and get out.
Yeah, so just a tip. You're talking about uranium. I'm talking about Void because obviously I'm a Void player.
Okay, well, I want all my troops to survive long, whatever battle it is.
You're right. You're right in that aspect. You're right.
And then let me ask you this: if you're going to go into a Void hit with a group, for example, are you talking about one-on-one, or are you talking about a group?
I'm talking about if I'm going one against another city, let's just say I'm by myself. Like I said, the scenario. If I was. Let's say it's middle of the night, no one's online, it's just me by myself. I see a blatant trap, you know what I mean? Let's just say for conversation's sake as league, I would say, let's just say I'm not 95 million BP. Let's say I can hide all my troops and I'm by myself. And I see a blatant trap. And I'm like, all right, cool.
Right.
That's a trap right there. I want to hit that, but I know they're gonna reinforce. So I need to be able to run them quick and get as many points as I possibly can from them. Instead of going.
So you're talking about retreating?
Hit and runs. So if I want to go.
Are you LRA or are you MRA player at this point?
But that's what I'm talking about is now if I have both, I can make the decision on the fly right there. And I can be like, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to send MRA troops so I can get quick kills and be out fast so I can get more points. But when I go with my group, I can go long range.
You say that, but your LRA troops are splash damage because you're using cannons, I'm assuming.
Of course.
Your T-13, is that correct?
Yes.
So you're using those are your most powerful troops, and that are going to kill the most amount of troops for you per se. I would definitely take mid-range troops. I agree with you, simply because your troops and your backline will stay alive better. Plus, it allows the lightning chain to not attack your a low amount of troops. Plus, the breakthroughs aren't. I mean, there's so many other things that can pop into that equation. You never want to go with a thin fleet when you're going in that. You want to go like that's we actually just discussed this from Boyd. We weren't taking very much backline, if any. But we decided that because of the officer equipment, our LRA is now like 1150, which for us, that's incredibly high. I mean, our alliance doesn't even have an LRA of 1150 average. So now it's to the point to where we probably need to bring more troops. Plus, like you're talking about, if you get caught in a trap, us having those LRA troops is going to help us a ton.
Correct.
Just to survive. It helps our Titans survive. I mean, there's so many advantages.
Correct, but and that's kind of where I'm like my head's at is like let's say like because we already know my LR HP is also going to be high because I'm a LRA player first. You know what I mean? Like obviously I'm not going to have like a 1700 MRA. Like I'm just talking about maybe getting it to like 1300, maybe 1350 on the MRA attack, just to make a quick little like.
My question would be, I think it's maybe possible. I mean, have you done the math? I mean, I haven't done anything.
Yeah, I've done the math.
Buy everything available currently, so I don't know what the new 6 drills. Is it possible to get that high now? I don't even know.
It would be. It would be because if you break it down, there's three officers that give you an attack at all. Let's just say you max those out. What is the max out? Yeah, I know you can look at your city right now and find the max out.
Right. Well, no, I'm not max, obviously. So I mean,
on your equipment,
but not the new officer.
No, on the first ones, like on the warfare, because it'd be the same for the drill.
No, I didn't max them. I didn't max them yet. I was in the process of it. No, I didn't. Qatar and Dark both maxed theirs. I made a decision with, like, me and Woody were talking, and somebody posted something in one of the chats about they did a spreadsheet about the cost per unit.
Yes.
And I probably should have looked at it. And when I looked at those $100 packs, what the cost per unit was, I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's the benefit to what you're getting is just insane compared to the first 5 packs. Yeah, to the first 5 packs made sense. I think it's up to what, the $50 or $60 pack, what it is. So about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks into it, I stopped buying the $100 packs and I started buying those. And then I was like, oh, okay, this will work. And then, as we all know, these other lovely packs. Now I maxed out all the expertise 1 and 2s, and I got almost all my MRAs to level 30. I think I'm shy 2 of them, and then all the other ones are 25. So I mean, I'm not a million miles away.
Yeah, so like you're getting it, but like if you even just look at them like where they are right now, like I can go show you where mine are at. I don't think mine are too high on the warfare. I can go double check right now though. Like I haven't got nowhere near close to maxing the. I've been leveling them up across the board evenly. So like at level 9, it's 8.5%. You have how many? You have 6 warfare officers. I mean, what is it maxed out at 20, right?
30.
The advanced kill would max out at 30.
No,
I don't think it's that high.
I think that maxes out at 20.
Purple maxes at 15.
Oh, purple maxes out at 15. So let's just say, all right, 9. It probably maxes out at what, like 14%? Because I believe it goes up, what, 5% every time?
0.5, you mean?
0.9. All right, so probably 0.9. So let's just say it maxes out at like 15%. You know what I mean? So you got 6 officers that can get you up 15%. 6 times 15. What do you got? You got 60, right? And then you 60, got and then you get another 3 from drill masters. That's what, another 35?
45.
45. That's another
45.
Yeah, it's another 45 for you right there. That don't make no sense. What?
So you're saying I should be able to gain another 45?
So so you should be able to gain another 45%. So
that I should be about 1250 then. And keep in mind, if you were max on the island, which I'm not, of course.
And now here's the kicker though. You got to remember. Now I'm talking about the unworldlies. So let's just say I instead of having, like, let's say I take 3 unworldlies that were like melee defense, and I decide I want to make those mid-range attack cross nation. That's what another like. What
I
is
would
that?
not recommend.
No, but just hear me out. But what is that? 50%? If it's maxed out.
Your 3 of them would be in nation or cross nations, or you
cross nation. I would say at 50% per
that's
one.
150. That's 150.
So that's another 150%. So you said you're at what, 1250 right now? I mean, it would put you at like 1250 LRA.
Melee defense.
No, for your LRA.
Oh yeah, well, I would say once the equipment's done, I'm at 1250. Yeah, would be
yes,
my
the
guess.
1250. So then you add the other 150 to that, so you're getting 1400 LRA. I mean, bro.
Yeah, but you're giving up 150 melee defense. That's a lot.
That is a lot of melee defense, but you're also gaining more melee defense from the other 3 drill masters that you're gonna have when you upgrade there at this one. Hold on.
True, but I could be rolling 150 more melee, or I don't know what the number is, but you know what I mean. A lot more melee on top of what I'm already running too.
But you could, but you're also like right here. So you're increasing defense and HP. So now you get 3 more of those coming on the drill masters. So let's just say
I would make that. This is how I would equate the formula. You would have to justify it, and like you're saying, I think you're on the right page. I think there's a mathematical algebra equation here that I'm not, pulling that up, and I'm sure somebody here who's a brainiac with math could figure it out. But there has to be a number that would justify giving up that melee defense. Because in other words, how many troops would you die, or how faster would your melee die by taking that, versus how many more troops would you kill with that MRI attack? You see what I'm saying?
Or
Correct.
How many of your shit get killed?
That's how you'd have to. That's the only true way to tell. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like melee attack. Everybody likes melee attack, or the new people. I say new. There's a handful of whales, and there's some new people that think it's the world's greatest thing. I had this debate with Woody, and I'm not trying to bring it up or anything like that. But Lee God, I'll use his exact words. Those who use melee attack are dumb. And the reason why, and I do agree with him extremely, because we did the math in this case, and we looked at the kill percentages. The amount of troops that you killed using that higher melee attack for what you had to give up was drastically different. Like you're killing like an extra 10, 15K troops, and you're giving up 50, 60, 70, 80K kills by doing that. And it was just the math doesn't make sense. So that's what I'm getting at is I would use that same formula, and I don't know what it is. Keep that in mind. But you'd have to have some kind of a number to justify bringing a certain amount of troops. But I will agree with you. I'm bringing now twice as many LRA troops than I was before at 1,200.
As you should.
So there may be something there. I don't know.
So I had the conversation about the melee attack prior to I think you coming in as well, because we were talking about like the reduction of melee. Like somebody asked, like if it's viable to basically have reduction to melee damage, on one of the unworldlies. Like as you know, I forget.
You're talking about the one where you reduce their damage given from melee.
So it's on.
That's only.
It's 2 unworldlies. It's like
go ahead on it.
It's on 2 unworldlies, just like
Correct.
Aeon and Alexandria, and I believe Panda and Stormbow. So I think it's Zeus and Tifa. You can get the option, I believe.
I actually think you want to hear something interesting. I actually think Kingsley has it too.
Yes, I believe Kingsley does have it as well, but he's one of them officers no one really cares about. So it's like, but those.
I understand, but it'd be a great officer. And I thought about this, not to change the subject, but it's kind of along the lines you're talking about. What if you swapped out Panda in the mines and you put Kingsley?
Yes, I mean, but then you're bringing up the. I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying.
But
I'm throwing it out
that's
there.
I
never tried it. I think you got to have a lot of money to waste to do that.
Yes,
that's a huge investment for a test.
So that's a whale conversation type of situation. That's not like your everyday average player. That is a whale situation, and me in no shape or form would I ever decide let me go waste a bunch of XP on King.
Neither would I, for the record.
Because then you got to also remember, it's not only do you have to do that, you have to get the right rolls for Kingsley. Granted, his frags are easy to get, you know what I mean? But like,
true,
you got to get the right rolls. You got to have all 30s on them, like just like your other officers, or at least close to where your other
Absolutely.
officers are. You know what I mean? You got to keep your stats a little.
It would be
similar.
super expensive. Absolutely.
It would be extremely expensive. It's not really like.
What do you think the number is? What do you think the number is for LRA? That the amount of MRA troops they would have to take to justify giving up all that melee?
That's a hard question. I mean,
that's what I'm wondering. I'm really wondering if you've done the math or you've tested. Please tell me. I really want to know.
So I've been spitballing the idea. I mean, it's like I've been thinking about it. Because I'm on a obviously, like, just looking at my city, you can tell like I'm strong, but like I'm not strong enough where I'm fighting, like being able to fight the whales, as you guys can see from my my uranium mines where I'm getting bullied every day. It's not.
You should see my mines. You want to see bullying? Wait till you hear what I got.
No. I'm like, I don't think you understand, bro. Like, I only showed you guys the first half. Like, this is brutal, bro.
No, I meant who's in my mines. I got the same people on our GC in finals as in our mines now. It changed today.
That's crazy. I didn't even check to see if my mines.
We got 621, 555, and 550 in our uranium mines today.
Oh,
which is the new GC, which is the GC finals.
They did switch my mines. Oh wow!
Yes.
I got 374 again.
Nice.
Wow. I wonder who they took out though.
No, I was shocked.
I've had the same mines for like 6 months, dude.
Oh no shit. Oh,
yeah,
damn.
I still
so you had what, 374 and who?
373, 379, 393, 400.
Okay.
Let me see. I know there's more than that.
Yeah,
longer in their minds. They cry about us all the time.
Who? We had 460. 460 was bullying me hard.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Who was that in there?
460, like Dark Side, and
oh.
Yeah, Dark Side does not like me for some reason.
Is he back? Is he back?
I think so. Like, I have a report from him right here. DS Rad.
Let me see the name. I'll tell you if it's him or not. I know him well, actually.
It's this city. I know this is Dark Side for sure.
No, it's his city. No, that's him actually. He came back then. He gave it to a girl to run for a while, and he left.
Yeah. So as soon as he came back, he hit me. Like literally, like this first day he came back, he literally smoked my city. I'll show you right now.
Yeah, he's a uranium. He loves to attack.
As you can see,
in the mine.
Look, like 1, 2, 3, like.
Yeah, that's Dark Side, bro. That is clearly Dark Side. That's him.
I just want to interrupt and join in because my main world is 460. So, ask me.
Is Dark Side back?
Okay, so kind of. To answer the question,
that's Dark Side. What you're showing, Barry, is
Dark
what
Side.
Dark Side does.
The reason why I know is because his name was Sharada for a while.
Yes, that's the girl. That's the girl that was running it, or a guy, or whoever it is. That's who was running it.
No, it's a guy.
So he also has a city.
Running it forever.
So he also has a city in 400. So for the which was which is Nismo's original city, and I used to go back and forth with that city all the time. Like I used to literally, and then when I finally was able to beat it, I kicked him every day for mad long because he used to bully me. So I started kicking him every day. So now I think Darkseid hates my guts for it or for something. I don't. I think he thinks I had something against him, but it was more so the city. So he kicks me all the time.
He's actually a nice guy. He's just a little strange.
Yeah, I mean it don't matter to me too much. But like he even tried with the old Nismo city to this occupation was like he tried this and it was like, bro, we're long past this city ever competing with my city.
So Darkseid is also FJ's old city. Am I wrong?
FJ?
FJ's old city was with Darkseid. It was originally 5.
Oh, yes.
DJ or FJ was there. FJ went to 621 when he finally had enough of Darkseid, and he's the one who got Matty D's account and he's the one who blew it up. And then
no. That's Killer Pro. If you look at the ranks, Killer Pro is FJ's previous city.
Yeah,
it is Birds. 100%. It is Birds. I promise you. I'm 100 billion%. It's Birds. He's the one who ran it up to 300 million BP. Trust me, it's Birds.
Killer Pro is also pretty strong.
Killer Pro is FJ's old city because FJ.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about. We're both right. We're both right. You're talking about in 460. I was talking about in 621. You are correct. Killer Pro is FJ's old city in 460. That is correct.
Oh, okay.
However,
correct.
Bird's current city in 621
is
FJ's old city as well.
Yes,
correct. We're both right.
Correct. Yes.
Killer Pro, does he hit you? He's really strong too.
Yeah, he does. He
did an amazing job on that city in 460.
Killer Pro is there to be a thorn in SOS's backside.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a strong city.
Yeah, hold on. I'll pull it up right now. He used to hit me a lot, too. And oh my god, I died, I believe. Yeah, this guy tried me a lot, too. I don't know who he is.
I've never seen him.
Oh my god, I died.
Yeah.
He's the R5 of the main alliance INF.
Yeah, he tried me a lot. He really did. He must have really not liked me. He didn't like my profile.
He likes a good competition. He's a good
probably
fella.
got the Woody effect. You probably got the Woody effect, Barry. Once they know your name or people know your name, they want to hit you. Probably.
But hold on, let me see if I can find Killer Pro because I know he hit me a bunch at one point. Like he was going ham on it. Why am I not finding him? Trying to find it because I want to show you his stats as well. He's pretty strong. All right, this is deep. Maybe he didn't hit me. Oh, he tried to hit Shade City. That's why. Because I'll be in Shade City too. So he tried to hit Shade City, not my city. Yeah, I don't see it. So yeah, it was definitely Shade City.
He's not strong enough to beat Shade.
No, not even close. No, not even close. I think he was testing on Shade. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that I can see.
Yeah, I could see him.
Yeah, their main back is Killer Pro. And the world is currently, they're not really agreeing with each other. They've got two split alliances. A lot of the C41s are in the other one. They've just had someone retire, and now there's a C40 just sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah, 460s had nothing but drama, which is why FJ finally left.
Well, to be fair, it was nothing but drama with 522, and then 522 merged with 460 and brought it all with them.
Gotcha.
And that's why I noped out, because I already knew about the 522 drama because I had a city in
four. Oh, Darkside and FJ were from 422 or from.
Yeah. Because I had a city in 621 in KGK, and that's how I met FJ and Wolfpack and all that stuff, and Love Gun, and then they were telling me all the drama with 522, and I'm like, man, that's messed up. And then I was like, yeah, my main world's 460, and then the mergers were announced, and they announced 460 with 522, and our whale went, yeah, nah, and he immediately quit. The moment they announced the merger, he left.
Yeah, I believe it.
And that's Oh My God City. So Oh My God City actually, is the former whale who left.
So what troops have you tried middle?
I haven't
seen a difference.
I haven't done the switch yet. I haven't tried it out. Like I said, I've been thinking about doing this. I haven't made the decision to do it. So it was kind of like
maybe before you start swapping expensive unworldlies, I know you're doing your officer stuff, but maybe do a before and after with the mid-range increase and see how many more it gets. And
absolutely.
Maybe see, you know what I mean? What the difference in that amount is.
That's if I completely do it. I want to kind of how do I say it? I'm gonna start it at a small level, maybe mess around with a smaller city and do it. and just test it out on smaller cities and just see how that works, and kind of just play around with it. Like I don't want to commit to it on this one. I like to do it on something smaller and see how it goes.
That's a big expense.
Yes, but that's why you do it on something smaller where you can avoid to. I mean, like you can do it at a scale where it's not gonna be a big expense. You know? If that makes
No, for sure. That can be ungodly expensive. Absolutely.
So it's kind of like just like testing it out. You know what I mean? But
No, for
I mean,
sure.
I
I'm
could.
curious
It's
what
only.
the outcome is. I'm not gonna lie.
It's only really 3 unworldlies, and I mean, if we go look at my unworldlies, I have 3 unworldlies to swap. Like, I could technically, in theory, if I get a good roll on it, I'm gonna just take it and try it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, even one roll could make the difference just to see, and then you could, do the math and figure out what the difference was.
Like, I'll show you right now. Like, why do I keep going to the screen? I hate going to that, and that's why I can't. It's the worst.
I never go that way. I always go to.
But that's the only way you can.
I go to that
upgrade.
one all the time.
That's the only way you can upgrade officer equipment, though. So I think it's this one. No, it's not this one. But that one, I
click the officer. You click the officer there, it'll take you there.
This one. See how I have the this one is a skill I've been trying to change, and I haven't got anything good.
Oh yeah, you definitely.
You know what I mean? So I want to change that. So it's like, could I just, if I happen to land on an MRA attack cross nation, I'm just gonna take it. You know what I mean?
And I wouldn't be surprised if you rolled it, to be honest. I mean, how many times do you roll the opposite one that you absolutely don't need?
I roll all the time. all the time.
Exactly.
So it's like, I could probably land like a triple S there, and you know what I mean? It's at 15 right now. I can give it a nice little boost. And then obviously while I'm working on my I mean, I could realistically give it a boost now, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, nice.
And it's like, I get that going right away, and I mess around with it. I could easily see how it works. I could probably practice with it, see if it's straight, and then like if I really want to commit to it, it's an easy swap. I could easily just go right here, and get rid of this entirely because it's something I want to remove anyways. I could do that, swap that one out, put something I want, and I believe Panda as well.
But what you need to do, just remember, before you, even if you roll it, don't lock it in yet. Go do the battle.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
and
of course.
Then come back and lock it in. Then do the same exact battle, same exact troops. Let's see what the difference is.
I wouldn't immediately replace it because like the thought process on it would be like, oh my god, this is like I get to try this out. So I would definitely not lock it in right away. I would definitely go and test, see, because now I want to know before I make that decision. Because now I have 2 other officers I'm gonna want to do this with after. So it's like I gotta know if it works.
Well, to give us the idea too.
Yeah, I would try it first without it. Go and hit somebody, lock it in, level it up, chill for a little while on it. Let the officer equipments kind of get up, you know what I mean? And then see how it's going from there. Like I probably play like a void or 2 with it and swap out my troops here and there because I do have enough mid-range troops to be able to make an attack.
Now I'm looking at your deal there. I see you're still running a siege. I mean, I understand why you're running the siege, but at the same time, I think you could swap that siege out now that with all the officer equipment and you put something more beneficial there.
Correct. And that's my point. That's why I brought this up is that I have a siege here on Panda and I have a siege on Tifa. And then I have the
okay.
Those are 2 skills I need to swap out. And then I have and then on Alexandria, I have that biochemical zombies, which is why I'm saying I'm primed to be in that position where I could test it and see whether it's actually viable.
Yeah, you are. I agree 100%.
So it's like, do Absolutely. I want to take that chance? Because I know I can roll our MRA cross nation easy. And it's like, you can mess with people a lot in that. It doesn't matter what event you play in. I mean, people prepare for you to come out and be a LRA player. Like, they don't prepare you to come out and send MRA troops as an LRA player. Like, they're not prepared for that. Like, no one.
Well, you and yourself fucking dark attacks people with MRA troops. Or I mean, with long range troops in the mines. It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, we all do that as joking around when someone's weaker. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, like, in terms of like you're out in a void, like you guys do a scouting report on me, you're not looking at my MRA, you're looking at my LRA and looking at those stats every single time.
True.
You know what I mean? Like you're expecting to be able to counter. Like some people are smart and they're like, all right, word, I know he's LRI player. Let's all make sure when we're versing this guy, like when we're defending against him, let's have a good formation. Like I'm guilty of that. Like I have formations for different people.
Makes sense.
So it's like you come into a fight. I mean, a lot of people aren't. Most people don't build to fight MRA players in general. You know what I mean?
Right, and I love it. I love it too.
Yeah, and that's also another reason. That's also another reason why MRA is able to go and hit traps and do hit and runs and kill a bunch is because 90% of the player base doesn't have MRA reduction.
And we love it too. I don't even think it's 90. I think it's higher percentage, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's my point in this is like if I'm a void player, this logic makes sense to me because I'm also one of those type of people that is thinking about every attack I'm doing during void. It's like, all right, well, I know my LRA is not going to do well here because they're quick reinforcers. Now, if I go in there with mid range, I can outkill them if I have a decent MRA. You see what I'm saying? Quick reinforcements, you can make a quick adjustment. You can actually turn around and make some points and avoid that you might not have been able to if you weren't a hybrid.
Yeah, I do. If you've seen Mental's build, it's a true similar hybrid to what you're saying, just on steroids.
Yeah, he's just a mega whale. And it's like, I mean, he realistically could do just about anything. But I mean, we've seen his build. His build does well. Does it do well in Void? I've never played him in Void. I've never really watched his Voids. I don't really know much about it. I never really watched him. So that's also a question I have, and why I want to see for myself is like, what is it actually?
Like you're saying, yeah, I think it would depend on what troops he's running, like you're saying.
Exactly. Like, I mean, truthfully, if like he was doing what I'm saying and running like two different formations for two different scenarios, like when he's with his team, he should be running LRA. If he's with by himself and hitting traps on a solo, he should be running MRA.
Well, let me throw this at you and tell me what you think. If let's just say he's even like he is, and again, I haven't seen his battle, so other than when he beat up Raz. If he's literally even, I think it was like 1850 or something like that, which is crazy. But let's say he ran 50-50 troops and the normal 25% or whatever you want for the front line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it hurt him with the breakthroughs, the way they pop the chain, because it's killing? You know what I mean?
But
you're constantly killing that, because let's say you run out of mid-range troops, right? And you're what is it? The talent, Bloodfest. That's the one I'm thinking of. So Bloodfest, if you look at how it works, it's going to sit there and pound all of them, right? Well, if you only have, say you have 100K troops or you have 250K troops, your 100K troops is only going to keep losing that certain amount, right? Even if you run out of the mid-range troops, it's going to keep. But if you have the even amount in two sections of troops, you in essence are dying twice as fast because of Bloodfest and other things.
Yes, but that's also if you're going. But that's also if you're going up again, like you're splitting your troops. Like let's say that's what
I'm saying. I don't know what he would split. But what would you run if you equally did it? I guess that would be the weird part.
My thing is his melee HP isn't low either, though. It's lower than most whales.
It's not high. It's like 1,800.
That's still very high. That's still very high. I mean, realistically.
Actually, I think it was below 18.
But like even around that general vicinity is still decently high. Where he could still be able to run a front line or a back line or a mid range. You know what I mean? He could either run, like he could still interchange between the two on the back line or the mid line. And I mean, he could be smart too and like do like a 2-2-3 maybe in an attack.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Where he splits.
I tell you, what's going to get really interesting is when the C-44 comes out and MRA goes back to rockets. and or for LRA too. Imagine having those, snipers with that one shot, or the rockets with the one shot, or whatever, and then having cannons in there to do splash. That would be pretty impressive. I ain't gonna lie.
It'd be crazy. I mean, just think about it. Like even if you did do that, even at what 41, I haven't really seen what the Havocs can do. I mean, they seem like they're pretty strong.
Oh, they're brutal.
They're brutal. But like, just like think about it. Like, bro, let's say you run rockets, Havocs, cannons, maybe sprinkle a few shielders, and boom, like tanks and a little bit of shredders on a solo attack. And now it's like you're doing, let's say, maybe like 15% on your stormtrooper. No, let's say on your rockets, you're doing like 15% on rockets, another like 20% on stormtroopers, heavy on the cannons because of splash damage, and fill rest with like a little bit of your front line, and you have the zombies automatically. I mean, that sounds like it would probably slap the hell out of somebody. And that's just me off the top.
We do use a plate like that in the mines.
I mean,
I've never used it in Void or anything like that, but I've used it in the mines.
But if you did use it in a Void, I mean, the quickness you're gonna hit would be absolutely diabolical, and the amount of pain.
Now I'll throw this at you.
I'm listening.
I've hit with both fleets the same person in the mine. Now I'm on to where I've had, like you're saying, like extra rockets, extra tanks, or whatever, not tanks, but cannons. And then I'll use my normal formation where it's predominantly, Havocs and front line. And with a sprinkle, just a little bit of back line just to keep my Titans alive, of course. And the troops that have left over are...
You broke up there. Not hearing you, bud. There you are. I think you're back now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. What I was saying is I've hit both mines, one with all the sprinkle stuff like you're talking about, and then one with my normal heavy Havocs and, heavy front line, all that normal stuff, and a little bit of back line. And my leftover troops is double when I run my normal, MRA fleet with heavy Havocs and heavy front line versus when I sprinkle. But here's the interesting part. When I'm going up against another whale LRA player, I can't win the battle when I run my heavy front line and my heavy Havocs. I have to sprinkle the entire front line to beat them.
So you pick up more on
kind of crazy.
Yeah. But like, on your fleet size is what nowadays? Like if you're like max fleet size?
I mean, I can get probably, I don't know, 680, 690 maybe. I don't know. But I don't run that. That's not a daily thing, obviously.
But and if you get like president,
if I just do a regular boost, I'm probably 6. Yeah, I'd have to have president and everything. I mean, any normal daily thing, I can get 630, 640.
All right, but let's take an account. Let's just prepare for future. Let's say that they expand the fleet size, right? Like the inevitable. You know what I mean? Where like we're looking at League right now, like he can probably touch like 700K, right? He's touched it. Like before, like I know I've seen Ronaldo hit 700K. So like those type of players who's hitting 700K, you're telling me that if they weren't able to do a little bit of both, like let's say like they had their melee HP to 1800 and their LRA and mid ranges is 19 and 19. You're telling me that they can't figure out a fleet that can maximize both like troop types while still maintaining front line and wreak absolute havoc?
I think you can, but I still think that, like you and I both know, there's a counter for everything. That's the scary part. It takes one little troop switching up to totally change it up. It's crazy.
Yes, but that's if we're talking about the uranium mines here. Like a lot of the game is like the uranium. To me, the uranium mine is good to test how strong you truly are. Correct. But like when
So
you,
you're talking about a 1 versus 10 or something?
yes, I'm talking about like what majority of the situations come down to in this game, which is big battles against multiple people. It's not a 1v1. It's battling other things and smaller, like hitting other open cities, doing stuff like that. When you're in terms of like your killing ability, you know what I mean? Like what you can rack up for points on people. Like we already know.
I think you're right. I think you would feel better. Yeah.
I personally think if you're looking for a void build, I think that might be something that could be. And again, this is also a thought process. I don't want people to hear what I'm saying and think that that's absolute like facts. You know what I mean? Like this is untested, unproven. This is what I think would be the case with it, just from my own experience of playing this game and seeing how.
I think you're 100% correct. I think you're 100% correct. My only fear about it would be when the Bloodfest, the chain lightning hits, and all that other stuff. I think your losses would also be heavier as well. That would be my only negative, I think.
I do think your losses would be a little bit more on the heavier side, but that's where you can play like you can play a little bit of a role on like when you're retreating and stuff like that. You got to be fast. Like if you're hitting these cities, like you got to know the difference between am I winning this battle and walking away very scathed, or am I okay with leaving this and killing a bunch but also saving more troops to do this again.
Now let me ask you this, and I think you're absolutely right. I think it'd be awesome. But my only fear is based off my experience, and that's every time I seem to try and retreat, the game freezes or lags, and all these big battles, and I can't ever seem to get out. Or if I do, it's the skin of my teeth.
I know what you mean, and so a lot of the times before I ever even think about doing like a retreat attack, I close app and I reopen them before I even think about doing it. And before a void, I'm always deleting mails, all that type of stuff. I'm making sure everything is clear.
Oh, me too.
But I've never been caught in a battle. The only time I've ever been caught and not been able to retreat is because somebody joined as I was pressing the retreat button, which reset my time.
It just happened to me this last void. There was
and that's
I
like
want to say it was 2 versus 45, and I tried to retreat and I couldn't. It just kept I kept hitting retreat, and nothing would freaking work. And I'm just tears are starting to come down as I'm seeing my troops die.
So I will say that. So retreat does sometimes reset for some reason when somebody joins right as you're ready to retreat. I've noticed it doesn't always happen, but
I didn't know that.
It does happen sometimes when somebody.
I did not know that.
It happened to me because I called. I think it was. It was a void. When was it? It wasn't my last void. I think it was a few voids before that. But I had everybody join.
It extends it by.
Huh?
It extends it by 10 seconds. It extends it by 10 seconds. So, like, let's say that you're going in and you're going 1,000, 2,000.
So that's what's happening.
Yes.
Answers it. Someone answers it, right? And then extends it another 10 seconds.
Correct. So this is what.
Oh shit! Well, that makes sense. Then.
So what happened was when I see that, I don't even want to say this, but like, you know what, I'm not gatekeeping it. So basically at the end of the day, so when I go in and I see a trap that sometimes is almost like impossible to break with a large amount of people, what I'll do is I'll take my T13 players and I'm like, all right, guys, we're going to do a hit and run on these guys and we're going to make them close that trap. We're going to make them close it. We're going to embarrass them so bad that we're going to like make them close this trap. So what I'll do is I'll go into what I did was I brought my T13 players. We hit this trap and we were going to press retreat, which we would have dramatically won this fight. But what happened was right as the retreat time came, one of our smaller players just logged in, saw an attack and decided to jump in. So he held us in there for an extra 10 seconds, which caused us to lose in points. But had that person not joined, all of us would have retreated and we would have won in points. It's a rare thing that happens, but it does happen. It doesn't always happen because There's been
Really
moments.
make sure you talk to your alliances about it, Barry, because everybody should know that. Like, if you're not in the battle at the right time,
well, of
and you
course,
start that retreat attack over, I mean, it just destroys the the idea of it all.
of course,
So-
that's a given, absolutely. But like sometimes you know how you get those people that log in right as an attack's going on. They don't decide to read the chat. They only see a battle. They're like, oh, hold on, there's 10 people in here. Let me go and help them because they're losing, and they go and join in and don't realize what actually was happening. You know what I mean? That those are scenarios that do take place. I mean, that is a tough like strategy to call, and if everybody's not online in that very moment, you know what I mean? If all 100 are online, that is everybody is reading what you're saying and in understanding. That is perfect. Yes, like sometimes I try these things just to see how well they will work. Like I tried that, I realized that now I run the risk that might happen again. Like you can't predict that somebody's gonna log in and just join in. I respect that the person came in and jumped right into a battle with us. Like, don't get it twisted. Like that's the right move. It's just not the right move in that very moment.
All I'm saying in my alliance, we had, I don't know, like a 3 or 4 or 5 day discussing the retreat teams and what messes it up and why people are like, people were like not wanting to do retreat teams because they were like, I got stuck in. And so I had to go through and explain, like, listen, if someone shows up 5 seconds late, 7 seconds late, that extends it by 10 seconds from the moment that the last person shows up. It's 10 seconds from the last person that shows up.
It's not always
and there
that
was
way,
this
though.
aha moment.
But that's the thing. It's not always that way because I've been into fights before where I was solo. I was planning on going into SOS, and somebody joined in on me, and I retreated like 2 seconds. I retreated 2 seconds after they joined. Yeah, I'll dip, but like sometimes it doesn't happen to you.
Because you were already in the timer. So when you were in your 10 seconds, right? Or when you were in your 7 seconds or whatever, because technically speaking, you could hit the retreat attack at about 7 seconds, hit it, and then by the 10th second, you're out. So what happened was someone entered in at like 8 seconds or 9 seconds, and you were already pulling out as they were pulling in. So what technically happened is they jumped in and you dipped. And that's how it works. It's like 8 or 9 seconds into the fight. You have to hit the retreat button by like 7 or 8 seconds. You hit it, and then it goes through like a 2 second, 3 second timer, and then they enter it, and then you can dip on them. But that's not how it always works. Like 5 seconds in, 6 seconds in, they enter the fight, then you're stuck in for an extra 10 seconds. So just talking about it with your alliance, I think is such a critical thing. Especially like with Frenzy, like work that out in Frenzy before you do that in Void, because I can't tell you how many times that someone's messed up that Void attack. Like it's just like, dude, that's such a terrible thing.
It's very uncommon. It's very uncommon that people in Day mess up the retreat attack because that's one of our like, that's something we're known for. I mean, if Lee God was here, he'd tell you all about it. I mean, he knows exactly how it goes sometimes. Like, we're notorious for that. If we can't break a trap because we don't have enough online, trust and believe that a hit and run's coming. And a hit and run's going to do just as much as what we would do in a successful attack. It's going to demoralize the opponent. It's going to gain more points. It's going to do all the right things. It's just, and we're good at it. We've been doing it for a long time. Like I think I've been having Day do the retreat attack since probably like my first merger. Never mind my second merger, like beginning of my first merger. We've always called them the hit and runs. And we do them only when we know we don't have enough people. Like we can see.
I love it, and I'll tell you, like I borrowed it from you because that's where I got it. I got it from playing with you guys and watching you do it.
It is a lot of fun, man. It really gets the people going. It really does. I mean, it's exciting too.
What's the best? What's the sweetest is when there's like 3 or 4 or 5 reinforcements, right? They roll up and you chew and you chew and you chew, and then all of a sudden 10 people roll up, and you see the lines, and there's like 10 people rushing in, and by the time they actually get into the city, they're walking right back out. So
And
It wasted all the speed. And
Yeah,
you're
it's
already gone.
amazing. That gets me all hyped up. It's one of my favorite tricks in the game. Like group hit and runs are a lot of fun. Hit and run solo, they're fun as well, but I definitely have more fun with the group hit and runs because most people just don't expect them.
Do you guys have like a designated group formation for like if you're going to join a group attack, this is what you're going to send?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. I think I was one of the first ones from our globe, my globe currently, not like lower, which I actually learned my formation from an older nation. But my formation.
So do you have mid range and long ranges that will attack at the same time?
Yeah, so I have the reason why my formation
He's asking the question, Barry.
Yeah, I know. So the reason why my formation works so well is because we have a lot of mid ranges and that can coincide with our long ranges. So it's like that's the one thing I don't want to like completely say because that's our formation. I don't want people to be able to counter my formation going up against it. That's a little bit more of a personal preference question. But our formation.
Could you please explain in detail?
Our formation is catered to our strengths. It definitely caters to our strength. I'll say it in a way where we don't like to mess with our average. We like to basically put people's best averages out there and basically.
That's too far. You'd already decided.
Yeah. Well, we built our formation based off of people's strengths. That's the best way to say it without saying it. But yes, we built.
Makes sense.
So it's our formations are built off our strengths, without letting Thor and Lightning be able to destroy our group as well. So it's kind of like we eliminate Thor and Lightning with our formation. But and if you're a smart player, you can understand exactly what I'm saying and understand exactly the type of formation I'm running. It's very simple too. It's the craziest thing in the world. But your whole alliance has to be on board and they have to have the similar builds. Like you either have to be this I can say you have to either be a mid-range attack and melee HP or you have to be a long-range attack and melee HP. You can't just be being a high, let's say I don't put any melee HP and I just go full hybrid and just be long range attack and MRA. I mean, it still works, but I'm gonna get yelled at for not putting my front line in the group formation. But I would lower the average if I didn't. If I did. So I just basically told y'all everything you need to know without telling you.
I got it recorded.
Thanks.
And Tip, you already know the formation. There's no way you don't. There's no way. He's just fishing because most competitive nations know this formation by now, especially if you played us. Yes.
I will say this: what I've noticed, it used to be the game rhythm has flipped. It used to be the MRA players when they went into big battles, they were kind of the meat shield and they took the heaviest losses. But I'm not complaining, but for some reason that has completely changed. There are many battles where I go in and I kill 10 times more troops than everybody else, and I literally come out with 0 losses.
It's because of that formation, though. No one.
I agree with you. I'm running heavy front line, and I'm hiring heavy obviously my MRA troop, and some few other little things I won't get into detail, which I'll try not to tell too much. But that being said, and I come out with 0 losses. It's insane. I'm just like, what were all these people talking about back then?
I think they're all easy. They're also eating lower troops. The first thing that gets eaten is like the lower tiered troops. So
that is true too. But it's also which troops are sent and which troops. Here's the other recipe: which troops are hit first.
I think you have enough troops, enough people on your team that have enough frontline that have lower tiered troops than you, but have decent stats.
Not in my our top 10 or 15 or whatever it is are all running T13s, and I mean, our top 15 are probably averaging 1900 melee HP. I mean, so
I'm trying to
not completely agree.
You got that third officer opened up, and you got first aid on it, right?
I do that, but that's only in the middle of the battle, of course.
No, I'm talking about like you got the cert, you got the special slot, you got the special candle relationship. So you got the new officer early, and you got an extra first aid slot.
Oh, I'm in on that. Shit, you can make that happen. You got my vote for mayor.
I'm trying to find a report to kind of like show you guys what I mean on something, because like I'll show without showing like my actual formation, but you could see it's like it's crazy how it happened. Oh, actually, it's probably on the. I actually have an idea. Yo, laptop is not it. My topics. Let's see.
Let me ask you a quick question. Is it ever like sometimes like a bigger player in the alliance would be like, let me send all front row?
I do it all the time.
Let the battle last. Is that ever viable, or I'll send like the whale sends all back row and everyone else sends front row?
Bad idea.
So I've done this for so this similar thing. So like let's say somebody in our alliance is like, yo, I really want to get Void Tyrant or Frenzy Tyrant, which doesn't really happen too often, but like, or they want to get a certain placement, and let's say like I've already secured my spot, I'm kind of just chilling, just hanging out, and
some more food.
And this person's really pushing, and you know what I mean, they're a smaller player, they're really trying to push to get that score. I'll jump in attacks with them and strictly send frontline and Titans and Warplane, and I will just let them eat, and I'll just hold the line for them so they can get a lot of points. But like, I think this one is one of those type of reports. Yeah, see, this is one of those reports where we killed a lot, but I lost no troops. All the T-13 people, no losses. Looks like frenzy for us. Like you can literally.
But any regular attack though, everyone should just send their front line and then like their longer mid, right?
I think it depends
on
when
any
you
like
enter the
basic
battle.
attack. There's no.
If you're entering the battle like really late,
these
sending
people
in more time to save the rest is probably a good idea. You know?
Like
If you got any players not sending front line, you need to either boot them, kick them, or burn them.
Or
That's
you need,
because really, if you're thinking about the timing,
you need
if
to
someone's
correct them
losing a
first.
battle and you run in with a heavy front line, if your front line has a lower average, you're going to be pulling their average down. But if their front line's already down, you're not really messing with the average because their front line's already down. What you're doing is you're backing the fight back up and you're forcing them to go through your front line. And that would be the main reason why you would want to do it. Like if you're trying to save somebody's rear end, I mean, and you want to send a whole bunch of heavy front line, that's the right thing to do.
You want to save somebody's. If somebody's in an attack and they're about to lose, and you're the only other person online for that person, and let's say you're a whale, and you truly want to save them. Like let's say they just started the bite, there was a stupid fight. You join in. You want to join in with a little bit of a fodder, like T3, T4 fodder in there. And to make sure that they don't take many losses, because those T3 and T4 will die first. And like, let's say they're an MRA player, you want to send MRA fodder, so those troops will die and they won't take as many losses.
Well, you're assuming that it's going to be a loss, or fight's
no,
over.
It's not going to be a loss if you're a whale saving that person. I mean, chances are you're going to take over that fight, but you're going to also hold their losses for them, so they don't lose as much as they should have lost.
Depends on how big a battle it is, too. If you're talking one or a couple players,
if it's
fine. But if
really
you
big
got somebody hitting hit by 20, 30, 40, 50 players, I mean, I'd say this is let the poor guy die, unless you got massive rain.
Well, look at it this way. Like, all right, let's say I'm in Shade City. We know Shade City's on the stronger side. And let's say some 36 in my alliance decided to hit a 35 and 2 37s reinforced. You know what I mean? And I seen it happening. Like they were already walking as he was slowly speeding into it, and I seen it coming. I'm gonna send fodder to save his ass. like immediately.
Well, of course, you got more players in it. That makes
Yeah.
sense. But would you tell
Worried
Shade
about
to go
losing
in?
that battle though?
Huh? No, we're gonna win that battle because it's Shade City against some 37 and 36s. Like we're gonna win that
Oh, well,
battle.
that's fine. We call that
Yeah, but
fun.
you don't know if there's going to be additional reinforcements or not.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, they
that's
might
what the
see you.
that's what the just in case fodder's for.
That's additional kills is what we call that.
Yeah, it's also additional kills, but it's also fodder for our 36 friend.
You gotta let him learn. He shouldn't have joined that attack.
I mean,
He shouldn't have started that attack.
that's too much charity. Oh my god, it's like.
I mean, you can see those tits and polar.
But you gotta
and all those
also
different things, when they show up
remember.
like that,
You gotta also remember that's if like the situation precedes itself. Like I'm not saying that that ever happens to me. It hardly ever happens that I have to do that. I mean, most of the time when we're playing, 36s don't just solo into some crazy top alliances situation. You know what I mean? It don't matter if they have a 34 in there. Like that 36 is not hitting that 34 alone. If it's a top alliance, I would roast their ass so bad. sounds ridiculous. Like it happened recently where I think it was against 621. They did have like a bubble drop somewhere in one of their alliances, and a guy decided to SOS it, and it had, like 36. It wasn't a top alliance, but it was still annoying because he SOS'd it, and it was like 15 people reigned, and it was like, bro, and the bubble went up. It was like, bro, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Like that was like points we could.
He didn't retreat.
He didn't even
retreat though.
No, he just hit SOS. I mean, he won in points, but like at what cost? Like barely won in points. So it was like, dude, you just filled your hospital up, and you just selfishly ruined all those points we could have took from them.
I have no qualms about ruining somebody's SOS attack.
It was one of those situations where I just logged in. And
you should have logged in and jumped in at 7
No,
seconds.
that's the thing is the shield was up when I logged in, and I was like, "What happened?" And I see the guy share the report, and I'm like, "Bro, why? You have like 15 people online. Like, why would you do that? Like, this isn't even a top alliance. Like, even if you took 2 people with you, bro, you would have ate all of them." Like,
or he probably didn't even put in Brave Star. He probably just freaking took it.
Yeah, he took it. Like he shared the report, and he just said, "I'm sorry," and I didn't hear much from him for the rest of the day. It was a little disappointing, but hey, it is what it is.
Should have burned his ass.
Nah. He's a good player. He's a good fighter. It just was a stupid decision. You know what I mean? Some people make them, especially in a void like that, where it was like no targets at all. It was just boring. No one wanted to fight. It's just a lot of looking at bubbles and farms. Trying to kill farms.
That player will learn how much help he is to, an attack that size. And be able to
I mean, he definitely learned in that situation not to do that again. I mean, that was. It's just
it's probably not. Not to sound like a dick, it's probably not even worth dwelling on, really.
Yeah,
There's a lot learned by that player.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he definitely seen it. He thought he could get some points right there. You know what I mean? It was a slow void. He's like, fuck it, I get to use my SOS. And didn't really think to be like, hey, maybe I should bring more people so we get more points. And I could solidify a win right here. But it's whatever. You live and you learn. Slow voids, I think, cause the most mistakes in terms of selfish play. It becomes less team play and more selfish play when it comes down to like where you've gained like maybe like a 1.5 billion just only in the kill phase. You know what I mean?
Yeah. During this most recent Elite Wars, I myself kind of noticed it, and then I brought it to the attention of a couple other players too. Running into the enemy base and popping off those breakthroughs and retreating really worked out clutch.
Did it?
Absolutely. I was getting some big reports.
Oh, you were just going for the points?
Well, I mean, I got to chew their troops up. Eventually, I got to get rid of all their guys who aren't gonna,
The
replenish their
base
troops.
dwellers.
But yeah, the base dwellers. So I was able to get out of there and then, make 3 or 4 other attacks with my troop count.
Yeah, see, Elite Wars have been very odd
And it
lately.
really burned them up pretty good.
I
mean,
don't really.
obviously, it's not going to work for somebody who's got really low level breakthroughs, but mine are all maxed out, so they got pretty good effects.
Yeah, no. See, I never do that. I always stay in the back. I'm always a defensive minded player in Elite Wars. I'm super like I'm that guy that stays
No,
out back and waits.
our team sucks.
Huh?
Our team's just we just got a lot of young players. I mean, that's pretty much the position that they play. So usually I run over there about 2 or 3 times and smack the shit out of the base pretty good.
Oh, that's Papa Pump talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in what? What's the nation you're in?
1025.
1025. Yeah, I mean, you're still young. You guys are still in the young phase. I mean, anything past like 900 to me is young as hell. Yeah, I mean, bro, you guys are gonna. What are you guys on? Like, what, one merge right now?
None.
No
0.
merge. So you're a no merge nation. I mean, you got a lot more to go and experience with Elite Wars. I mean, Elite Wars didn't start getting really interesting until after my first merge.
Yeah, we're also getting really low participation rates too. So
Yeah, but that always happens before your first merge. I mean, usually, like I would say, like a year into the game is when you start to really die down into your participation. Then like into a year into a merge, every merge is the same way. You know what I mean? Once you're past your year in a merge, just participation starts to die out. That's just from over time. People just get bored. You know what I mean? Like that power is just not there like it used to. Other merges happen and it kind of demotivates people, or some nations. You know what I mean? It's just it's there's a whole lot of factors that play into that. It's not necessarily like it's not uncommon for it to happen. It's just how it goes. That's kind of I think why Camel came up with the idea like, oh, we're gonna do 2 nation merges and merge them quickly, which hasn't been the case at all. It's been actually like the same pace, just only 2 nations now. Probably even slower, honestly. But like that's half the reason a lot of people end up quitting, leaving, going to different nations. They just want new scenery, being able to play with more people, different people. You know what I mean? It's all relative and the same, and sort of that aspect is people tend to want to see the next thing. You know what I mean? The next step, like they want to see that next level of strength.
Barry, you gotta click on those resources and make them go away. This is bugging me.
Yo.
They're just like shake it or click it. I guess you're on.
I'm on my laptop. I gotta click them. That's why I haven't done it.
Are you a big Infinite Zombies guy?
Not really. I just do the bare minimum. I do the. I used to be big on it. But we have this guy in my alliance. He recently came back, probably about I want to say a few months back. I want to see if he's already done Elite Wars. He has not, but he's usually our number one.
Go to preview.
Oh, this guy. He's usually filthy. In this one right here, Kreia.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, ridiculous at Elite
Wars. Scroll down. I want to see the previous weeks. I'm just curious. Yeah, they're consistently hitting 47. That's good.
Yeah, very consistent.
We have a guy in our nation that has to be using some sort of program. He consistently gets 54, 50, 53, 54
that's crazy.
1,000 points.
There's a way to do it. There is a way. You just have to like be patient, bro. It's dude. I have a video on it. I used to love it. That's why I downloaded this game a while back.
Like, what's your max? What's your highest score
on this city? I don't even know. I don't think I've ever really tried on this one. My max on this one's 43. On my original city, I think it's like 49K.
But I mean that's probably like not every week are you hitting 53, 54K. Like this guy's got to be.
It's
this
tough.
guy's got.
So there's a trick behind it. It's like those first three levels. Those first three levels is like the first three levels you can restart. Like if you don't like your drops, you can restart.
You can restart all of them.
You know what I mean? No, you can only restart after level 3. So like once you pass level 3, you can no longer restart it again. You can
quit.
You can quit, but like it doesn't restart. It'll bring you right back to where you were.
Really? Huh.
Yes. So only after level 3 can you restart it. So a lot of people, what they do is they'll just keep restarting it until they get the right first 3 buffs to start the game out.
Oh, like the 12% resources.
Yes, and not only just that, they're also looking at which way the zombies are going. Like that also matters as well. Like how these zombies, like which tunnels are they coming out to start? You know what I mean? You want them to flow out a certain way to start. It's a lot that goes into it, and honestly, truthfully, I ain't got the patience for it no more. But when I first started,
there's times I'll spend all day, but ain't no way I'm getting 54. I spend a lot of time on it, but there's no way that I've ever got anywhere close to like 54,000 points.
If there's somebody that I think that could do it in our nation, it'd be that guy that I was just pointing to, that Cohen guy. Because, like, bro, he studies that game so much. Like, I don't think he's really trying as hard as he normally does. But I remember when, before he had quit the first time, he used to be number 1 all the time with some ridiculous score every single time. He taught me how to do it for the longest, and I was consistently right there with him, like top 3 every single time. But then I got bored of it. I just want to speed through it, so I just run it on like times. Oh, he's actually online right now. Let's go see.
I'm consistently like 1 or 2 in my nation until we got this merge, and then this fool started getting 54,000 points.
Hold on.
Yeah, ask him.
That's what I'm doing right now. Let's see what he got to say.
I mean, unless somebody knows, like, I would never use it because my luck camel would ban me. But is there a program out there that will run it and give you the best possible score?
I can find out. My little brother is like big into like computers and stuff like that, and he likes
I'd be curious.
So I am live right now, and it's like probably get in trouble, but I'm gonna still say it anyway. So my little brother like can hack games and stuff like that. So like he actually, so I had him see if he could hack this game, just for shits and giggles, just to see if he could do it. And he did. He hacked the game. He built a back city in like 5 minutes. And he told me about it, and he was like, "Yeah, but the only thing is like you can't get it to hold." And all this other stuff. I can see if he can find a way to do the infinite zombies.
Yeah, I don't want to do it, but I want to know if this.
So look at Cohen
after this commercial break.
So Cohen said he normally gets
no commercials after this one.
So he said he normally gets in the top 10.
No commercial after this one.
Who the is that? Alright. He normally gets in the top 10. He doesn't like to reset it like 30 times like those guys that do get in the top 5. And he said he's about to do it.
Ask him what his top score is.
I'm going to tell him to make a video and send it to me, and I'll put it on YouTube.
Yeah, do that, but also ask him what his top score is. I wonder if he's ever gotten like before. Abe shit, you're on. You're loud. There we go. Yeah, ask him what his top score is, because I'm curious if he's ever gotten anywhere close to like 54.
I'll tell you right now. That's what your highest score is. He's gonna make a video as well, so you can kind of see what he does.
That'd be good. That'd be good. I have a pretty good method, and I've pretty successful with it. But if somebody can improve upon it, I'd love it.
Yeah, no, I mean he's really good at it. He sent me a video a while back, way back in the day. I want to say probably like 45, 46K. He said. I feel like he did higher than that.
Yeah, so is somebody like him that's spent a lot of time studying it can't get to 54, like they've got to be doing some sort of program.
Yeah, yes and no. I can also ask the other lady that the Kreia. I mean, the guy, not lady. I can ask Kreia if he can make a video as well and see what he's doing. But I want to say it's probably like Cullen said as well, like how I even said it prior to him even saying that, like the resetting it like a bunch of times to make sure they get the first 3 buffs perfect. And I forget who else, somebody else, I think from an older nation sat on here with me and walked me through actually what to do in it, like to the T. It was like you were literally upgrading certain things throughout as you go. Like you know how like so for me when I play normally I'll upgrade everything. I'll put all the right things in the spots I want them to be, and then I'll upgrade my shields to 3, then my rockets to 3.
Yeah.
You know? Then I'll catch up all my lasers and so on and so forth. But like this person just leveled up certain things at certain times. It was so weird, and it worked out better for me.
Well, I don't use rockets. I just use lasers.
Oh, that's crazy. I use rockets.
Yeah, I don't ever. And I've scored. My last score was like 47. Let me look it up here. Drop it. I think I can drop a screenshot in chat here. What was my last score? I took a screenshot when I was doing it. Oh, here we go. So,
I figured someone getting.
but I mean, I was, you know, what?
All right. Discord. You said you took a screenshot.
Oh yeah, I dropped it in the chat. But I mean, that was like, that's after I've destroyed all of them and I'm leveling up to level 6. Like that's on the last level, level 12.
Hold on, I'm trying to get to the chat right now. It's just
Your thing's slow, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just passed it. That's right there.
Yeah, so you are just and you break down everything at a certain point.
Yeah, but I mean, I only use lasers throughout the whole entire time. But I mean, I've scored. I mean, that one I still had some more I was killing, and I scored over 47, whatever. But
that's wild. I'm gonna have to try it out. I'm gonna have to try out just lasers and obviously the slowdown thing on just that like few.
Yeah, use the. I mean, the EMP towers. Pretty much everyone has the same layout with the EMP towers.
Yeah, of course, all the corners. You know?
Yeah, I'll even. Basically, but and then I just use all lasers, and then I'll selectively upgrade the certain lasers that I want. Like, but yeah, have your guys make a video. I'd be interested in watching it.
Yeah, no, he'll definitely do it. Like he's actually doing it right now. So when he does actually do it, I'll make sure that I actually publish it.
Yeah, and I really want to know how someone could get 54,000 points on that freaking Infinite Zombies.
It honestly is one of the funner things to do. It's just like once you've done it so much, you get so bored from doing it. It's tough. Like I used to enjoy it so much. Now I literally will just speed through it as fast as I could. I'll leave it on 4 times speed, and I'll just build everything as I'm going, and I won't slow it down at all. Not even close to the end.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I like 43K.
I mean, I like it because I need the Titan equipment alloy still, and I need like the extension components. My equipment's not out, so it behooves me to get the most points I possibly can.
No, it's definitely a smart situation for like your average player. Absolutely. If like I still get stuff out of the exchange store, like it's like I'll get these all day. Like
off the XP.
Yeah, I get those guaranteed. You know what I mean? I'll max that out, but nothing else is like that. And then the alloys. That's about it. Everything else is useless.
Alloy and officer levels really all I need out of there.
Exactly. Everything else is useless. I mean, you go to like my equipment. I mean, dude.
Yeah, my equipment
It's
facility's
just
done.
like a useless stuff. You know what I mean? Like I got stuff built up like that I just don't ever use, and like I wish you could exchange that stuff.
I know. You're doing the stream to like help players that are building their city. So, you're talking about the middle range players that maybe buy like 3 or 4 packs a day at most.
Yeah.
Where would you say like, focus on office? I mean, for me, my officers are huge, and then I'll like do Titan stuff. But the plane is like, I got a purple and I'm not touching it.
Yeah, as you shouldn't. Like, I mean, like with the officer equipment at this point, I mean, for your average player, you shouldn't even be looking at the plane past purple, really. Like, you should just be
Yeah.
focused on really upgrading those officer equipment and
I mean,
cash.
the lab in the plane, there's some really good skills in there, but other than like levels and lab are the only thing I would think for the plane.
Alright.
Like modifying isn't that important to me.
No, you're correct. The plane is like even like if you go look at mine, like let me go in here. Like if you really look at it though, like I mean, you can see like I stop right as they get to using these.
Oh god, those things, yeah.
Yeah, I stop right there because we were working on the overall like evolution. So anything that uses the blueprints was irrelevant to me until I get to like right here is where I want to get to. So once I get here, then I'll circle back because I no longer really care to get to here with the officer equipment.
Right, yeah.
So my goal is to get right here, and then I'll just circle back and start pumping up the important ones that are here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like things of that, like kind of just pump out the ones that I really care about. Like obviously I'm gonna go ham in this area. I'm gonna go ham in the 3 right here, 1, 2, and 3. I'll probably bang out a few like this one, get these up decently, max out my LRA and this one.
Yeah, the all power one. So like the green one, the second green row one.
Yes, this one. That's the one you're talking about, right?
Down below. No, down below. The one right below that one.
This one?
The level 18 one? No. Added firepower. That one I love. Yeah, that one. Added firepower.
Why do you like that one?
I mean, anything that's going to increase my troop stats. So like that, the melee killer, like, so at the top corner, the one that you have level 20, that one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even the one that increases to long range troops. That one's good. I like that one. I have all those ones on 19 right now.
Yeah, so like I've kind of just left things like kind of in like an average state right now, really average, just because I want to get there. And like the cheapest way to go about it is to just leave it at an average state, right there.
Yeah.
And it's a quicker way too, as well, like cheaper and quicker. But like later on down the road, it'll be a lot easier. It'll be a lot easier to pump those up, and I'll get more boost in a faster period of time.
Yeah, you're getting the most bang for your buck.
Correct. Whereas it's a little bit different any other way. But yeah, like I would say your average. I mean, you realistically like just if you're really looking at this, like if you don't think you're gonna make it to this point, like you might as well chill, like in purple. Like even getting to like right here, if you're on the average scales, like getting here because that skill right
It'll take me a while.
It'll take you some time, but like you can chip.
I'd rather spend in like to my Titans or
correct.
I'm still not like tier 3 gold on my Titans yet, and that's my goal right now.
And those are huge as well. Like, you can chip away at those as well. Those are a chip away type of deal. Something else that a lot of people I feel like kind of might be neglecting is your actual Titan equipment. I mean, I haven't heard much about it lately. Like it's gotten really quiet from a lot of people. Like this is stuff that's very important as well still to this day. I mean, I don't see any imitation skills to these. So it's like you're getting these from here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the key thing that you have is on your bottom ones are like almost level 30. Those are huge. Those stats,
they're crazy.
Jealous. Yeah.
Diabolical.
Yeah, they're good.
They're exciting. I mean, I can max that one out right now. But that's not.
Do you wait for Alliance Bounty?
No, I do not. I just haven't been messing with my equipment. Like I said, that's something that's been like lacking on in terms of paying attention to it. Even myself, like I've been just ignoring it. That's just accumulated stuff. Like I haven't like this right here. I believe. What is it? I think Tip's still here, right?
I'm here.
Yeah, you're still here. So at what level does destructive lightning start doing 5 enemies?
It is level 19. That is the goal.
Yes.
Level 10.
Anything after level 19, you really have to have high level titans to benefit from it. If you don't have level 36 or higher, then going anything higher than level 19 is, I hate to say this, but it's kind of pointless.
Is it really?
Yeah, because it's a multiplier based off your titan strength. That's the way it works.
Level 10, it starts to hit 4, right? Level 10?
Yeah, level 10. Level 9, actually, I think.
Yeah, but level 19 is when you hit five.
It's level 9 for 9 for 4, and then 5 for 19. 5 bounces on 19.
Yeah.
But what I'm curious about is like how is it then you get a Titan that's like level 36, 37, and they just eat so many troops. They'll eat like 100,000 troops, and you're like, oh my god, like what is it like?
Are you sure, Tip, like that it's not 35?
It could be level 35, whatever the number is. I don't know. There's a number. It's been a while. I'm 45 Titans. Keep that in mind.
So yeah, so the original max of Titans was 35 before they upgraded.
It could be.
So
it's either 35 or 36. Whenever
it's 35
you need to be higher than 19, you got to have at least those Titan levels to really get the benefit from it.
Yes, I want to say it's 35 because I specifically pumped my female to 35 for the equipment.
Yeah, but your male needs to be 35 too.
Oh, don't get it twisted, big dog.
I just happened to see that when you were saying
Don't
that.
get it
That's all I'm
twisted.
saying.
Don't get
I'm
it
just
twisted.
saying.
It's on the way. It's on
You
the
want to hear
way.
something sick? I have like, I don't know, 7-8 million Titan meat just sitting there. I can't even. It's ridiculous. I wish they would let us give that to somebody in our alliance or something.
Dude, I say that shit all the time. All the time. Like things that I don't need anymore. It's like I wish I could just give to people. Like it's unnecessary. Like look at this.
Oh yeah, look at those the fog or whatever that other stuff.
Look at all all the VIP.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, bro, all the Commander XP.
Yeah, I just started collecting that.
Hey guys,
You
what's
got a
going
ton. I don't even have close to that.
Well, what commander level are you, though?
I just hit 70 week and a half ago.
Oh.
I gotta start using these skins. It's starting to bother me of like how much
I love skins, man. I'm a hoarder. You're a hoarder too. You're just like me. That's funny.
Yeah, I say
Bro,
like my last city
I'm a hoarder. I just now started using some. I hoard the crap out of them.
Yeah, even
My
all
daughter
these.
makes me use
Like I still have 89 Iron Fist bubbles.
Yeah, I don't think I might have at least that too.
And I've never used them. Never.
How many blueprints you got? Let me see. Level 4s.
Wait. Blueprints?
Level blueprints. I'm curious to see how many you've completed.
Oh,
up. Other way.
Well, he had a bunch. He had a bunch of unopened
blueprints. Level 4s. Look at you have 10 level 4 A's. Isn't that crazy?
Dude.
But it's even worse over here. Like I've actually like built them. Like
yeah,
you did. That's funny. I've never done that.
I do it for bounty.
Okay, I was nervous about it because one time about 2 years ago, I did some shit and I zapped one and I about cried.
Yeah,
but
you could just build it. You could just build it again.
Well, the problem is I'm colorblind and I can't see that shit. So I fucked it up and it cost me an arm and a leg to fix. And I vowed to never fuck with them again.
Like I could literally break down a level 6 right now and make another level 6.
I gotta ask, how much? Show me how much of the ore you have gathered. That's always my favorite one.
So ore, 6 mil, and this ore I have 420k.
Yeah, you got a lot. You got like me. I got tons of that. That's crazy, man.
I'm over here crying with like I don't have all my freaking orange.
Like I can literally, I have like enough. I could literally make a gold gold equipment all the way through and through to level
Yeah,
6.
same here. I could probably do like 3 of them.
I couldn't do 3 of them. I could definitely do a few, but no, I don't. Maybe like 2.
Those bottom, except for the 3 top ones, I have 30, at least 30 each, and the top ones I have 13 each.
Oh, dude, you should see Shade City.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh my God, he's got like 50 golds of each one. Like all
That's
of these
crazy.
are like 50.
That's crazy.
And he's still got thousands of each one of these. Like it's ridiculous.
That's
and like
crazy.
And like his city makes my city look like I just got my equipment done.
That's funny.
Like he's got probably about like 20k power.
Are you not able to? Are you not able to upgrade your Titan now? What was your deal highlighted for?
Oh, for the Titan equipment.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm just not. I haven't decided what I want to do yet, so I've just been kind of messing with it, just letting it stack up until like I really want to upgrade something, and then I'm gonna go in. But I'm also kind of messing with somebody in the rankings. I'll show you.
Oh, that's funny. You gonna blow by them?
I like to mess with people in here and like keep them pushing. Like right now, me and Chad are back and forth teetering for officer power.
Oh, that's fun.
I do it on purpose. I push back.
Yeah, that is fun. I love
push
that.
Past him a little bit. It's like a friendly competition. And then Titans. Me and Kreia go back and forth all the time. So I let Kreia catch up, and then I go ahead.
That's funny.
Dude, you got to keep the theme and beat Chad. Come on.
Yeah,
what's up, guys?
I'm working on that. It's taking some time though. His Titans are, even if I do catch up, his Titans would still be stronger than mine. That's why I don't want to catch up until I know my Titans are stronger. So like I'm gonna do it the right way. What's up?
What's up, Barry?
What's going on?
Teaching people to build cities, but like even like in the newer nations, dude, they should just be buying that first pack of uranium, the cheap one, every day, even if they're like a city 22.
That
just
is
start
well.
buying uranium.
And I would love I would say like probably like the first 2 packs of meat like early on is very helpful in this like little thing. Like even on like I forget what day it is, but they drop like a mute. It might even be today. They drop like a mutant meat pack in dailies. And
it's the same day as what officer is it? I can't remember
it's right
his
here.
name.
It's right here. It's today. It's Zeus.
Yeah,
it's $1.99. You know what I mean? And then the next one I believe is like $2.
Those are a great deal right there if you ever want to raise your Titans.
These right here, you usually grab those, get a first couple of those, and just like chill on them. Like, yeah, you're not gonna see the immediate impact right there on the spot, but like you do that all the time, man.
Slowly all the time, it adds up. Yeah,
you'll be just like one of those guys with 30s before everybody, like before your average player. You know what I mean? Gets to 30, you'll be well above them on that department.
Not only that,
can you give me an idea?
You did it cheaper, which is the best part.
Correct.
Well, it's just like the uranium mine. I rushed to City 30, and then I have sat in the level 7 uranium mine. The whales hate me, but I sit in the level 7 mine for 4 hours, and I set a timer on my phone, and every 4 hours,
you're the worst. You're the worst.
Night or day, in the middle of the night, my alarm goes off. I get up, and I freaking resend my troops into the mine.
This guy right here, this little Mario guy, he does the same thing. Yeah. It's the worst.
Yeah, dude. They hate us.
Raz hated him. He was ready to report him all the time. What's up, buddy?
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, we get a lot of hate for it. My whole nation does it. It pisses people off. I love it.
It's the worst. We used to have a guy.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
It's honestly, I don't hate it as much as I used to. I used to hate it so much, but now so much, I kind of look at it like, bro, like, I mean, they got the time to do it. They got the time to do it. Because I don't got the time to do it. I barely remember to collect my uranium when I'm in there one time a day. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I've ever reset my uranium. Like recalled it. Like I have to get my shit taken for me to.
You can get the same amount of sitting in the level 7 mine in the level 6 mines, but you have to every 4 hours kick somebody that their 4-hour bubble has dropped, and it'll be the same exact uranium.
Yeah, I get that
because you'll plunder that little bit as well. So that way if you're strong enough, you can not have to worry about a bubble and sit in a level 6 mine and plunder people.
I usually
See,
hang out the level 6, level 5. I hang around there because I'm one of those people that doesn't periodically check my uranium mine. So like I'll just leave it there and I'll forget about it until I get kicked. And when I get kicked, I'm like, oh, or plundered. I'm like, oh shit, I need to go put my troops back in there. But
the trick to that is to plunder your have somebody in another alliance or somebody you know plunder you.
yeah,
And then that way, once you're all your plunders and the only thing they can do is kick you and they can't get anything, then you'll just sit there and collect all day long.
yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have a C30 farm and you just use all the attacks.
Yeah,
You just
set your troops so low and
Just
have them steal just a little bit, and then you're
soon as
better off
you're
to do it that way.
soon as your 4-hour bubble drops, you have a C30 farm. Lower your troops down to 1 troop and just hit with your C30 farms, hit your city, and then adjust your fleet.
Yes, that's another point. Is if you're going to spend money on this game, the uranium card is like one of the best deals.
Correct.
Like, people need to be. You're going to spend money on the game, and you're not like Max City C41. You should be having the uranium card.
You should absolutely.
Yeah.
But see, C41 right now, like I just don't have the time for the uranium mine. I just don't get. I don't find the enjoyment in it unless I'm like testing on somebody to see my skills. Like I think I have one person.
Yeah, but
Hold
so
on.
many people don't buy the card. It's like, what are you doing?
I mean, at 41, I don't know why some people still take the uranium mine so seriously. I don't. I
Yeah,
never understood that.
I've got a new rule. I try not to hit the top 5.
The top,
maybe top 10. Yeah, it keeps friendly relations, from what I've come to figure out.
I only hit in the uranium mines when I'm bothered. Like if somebody bothers me, is when I start hitting back. Like I'll hit your whole alliance.
Yeah.
If you're stronger than me and I can't hit you with Shade City, I'm just gonna go and kick your whole alliance. Like I'll do it.
Call those uranium wars.
But like if I can kick you a Shade, I'm just gonna kick you a Shade. And just call it a day and just walk away. Like, all right,
Yeah,
keep kicking.
I've got access to our. So I just do the same thing.
Yeah, it's just like all right, bro. Like you can hit me, sure, but I can do it right back. Trust me. It won't be my city, but I will get you. I'll still get the same satisfaction too. That's hilarious. Fun times. All right. Any you guys have any more questions before this wraps up? I got a little bit, but I don't.
How far did you get the officer equipment?
Oh, not too far. I only got 1 to purple. But I also haven't really went to, like we have nothing but time, you know what I mean? So like I'm not gonna go out there and go ham. We got a little bit of time, resets. I believe the new packs, so I wouldn't rush it right now. If you're an average spender or low spend, I wouldn't rush it. Or even if you're a whale, honestly, I would just keep it calm. Well, unless you're in competition with other whales, then do what you have to do.
100%. People in my alliance are like, "Oh my gosh, Camel's so greedy." I'm like, dude, you're putting too much pressure on yourself. Just
enjoy the game.
Slow.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, just enjoy it. Exactly. But also, Barry, you should talk about, like, do you do the black market trader?
Oh, of course, all the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that don't take advantage of the black market trader. They don't refresh it 20 times every day.
Well, you also got to pay attention. Like we refresh this 20 times a day.
Yeah.
Like you're probably gonna go through, depending on what you're grabbing from here and like your level, like what you need. Like I usually just go for fuel for the most part.
Yeah.
Because I obviously don't
Yeah,
need
fuel.
Commander XP anymore, and I'll grab the teleport stuff. But like there's just fuel for me. But like when I was like really deep in it and I needed all the stuff that was in here, I would say like I could pump through like 20k gold on just black market and maybe like 2 or 3
I mean, not in a day.
in like 2 or 3 days, 4 days maybe. Because you got to remember, like, I'm grabbing teleports, I'm grabbing you're grabbing XP for your officers, you're grabbing skill books, you know what I mean? It adds up, and it creeps up on you. So like,
but it's worth it.
And then not to mention the actual refresh cost gold as well. So like, it's starting to add up. But like if you can do it, yes, I highly recommend it. If you are strictly focused, like the smart thing would be if you're like not a heavy spender, just go strictly for the fuel because the fuel is going to get you officer XP regardless.
Oh yeah, every time you have to buy the fuel. That's a non.
It's a no brainer. Like I do it all right now, but this like working on the laptop and trying to do everything. I like doing it fast.
Yeah, I speed through it.
But also it's like stadium as well.
You can get fleet speed up fragments for research speed.
Like stadium as well. Like obviously, like I know some people like we all know that no one really uses Kingsley like that, but like that.
But he's a good farm.
He's literally a farm for your actual unloyalty. So I always grab him. Once in a while, if I'm really feeling crazy, like I want to get a good recruitment in, I'll grab the recruiting speeds out of here.
I always grab the officer skill chests. Always grab the officer skill chests.
I never grab those. I'll grab the skill books.
Why?
I just don't like opening boxes, bro.
Yeah, but you can break them down for.
That's if you get one, though. That's if you get one. Yeah. I mean, I would say it's a good thing for like the lower end, like I said. You know what I mean? But like for me, it's just taking too much time out of my hands at that point. Like I'm trying. Usually when I'm on the game, I'm trying to be in and out. Like I'm not trying to be on here messing with every little thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I grind.
Yeah. So like no, that's a good point though. Like you know what I mean? Like that's good for your like your non-spenders, your lower spenders. Like it's smart. I'm not saying you're wrong in that aspect. You're right 100%. Like I'm just absolutely lazy in that department.
Well, I don't have the biggest budget, and so like
you have to try to maximize things. Like you probably like I hope you're doing like fuel recovery, like mobility recovery on like your strategy officers.
Yeah, 100%. Morgan and Saki both fuel up.
Like my original city, I think I had it almost maxed for this. I had them at least up to 18. Here I haven't really done it because I don't have the time to keep my phone running, and I also share my city now, so it's like it's not just me. So I don't really care to do it as much as I used to.
Yeah, fuel up is.
But it's the best free game. It's the best. I shouldn't say free game. It's the best $4.99 a week game.
Yeah, 100%. Auto kill is for 200 mobility, and you can hit Mother of Doom all at once, Doom Iron Grip all at once.
This top tier. And it is definitely a top tier situation.
Yeah, when you have that auto kill, you can save a lot of heals with that auto kill on Mother of Doom and all that.
Yeah, but you're not even in the mine right now, Barry. You're killing me, Smalls.
I got you, buddy. I told you I could care less about this mine. I'll go in there though. It's just the laptop's so slow. Like trying to play on here. Like I don't know, Woody. I don't know how you play on PC. It's just tough, bro. Yeah,
I don't. With my new PC, dude, it does not lag at all. Like as soon as I push it, it goes.
Set up formation. I'm just gonna throw it in there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks, man. That makes my OCD feels a little better.
I'll fix the formation when I'm on my phone.
Do you destroy your food and oil buildings prior to like a strongest commander?
I only do one. I don't do them all.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's I don't know. That's also a lazy. That's also a lazy.
You don't need.
The thing is for me. The thing is for me.
You don't need food or oil.
No, I get that. The thing is for me is I don't really like and a lot of people do know this about me as well too, is I don't really gain a lot of points in phases 1 through 4. I just enjoy phase 5. Like if you ever go and watch a void where I play and you look at my total overall score and my phase score, they're always very similar. Like if I score 1 billion points total overall in void, that's all phase 5.
Yeah, I started saving my fuel.
I pride myself on that, actually.
I've started saving my fuel for the events where they drop like the permit exchanges or the feathers or like, so I save my fuel for those events and then I burn
I'll use my fuel. Don't get
Already
it twisted. I'll use my fuel in void and void, not really frenzy. But I'll use it in void. But like, it's never really that much. I'll probably save maybe like enough to get me like six mil, 6 7 mil, maybe 8. Depends if my partner goes a little crazy and gets it up a little higher. But I don't think I've ever surpassed like 15 mil in Monster.
Oh yeah, I've scored huge, but I save my fuel
Yeah.
for those events to drop the permit
I just
exchanges
like
because you can.
I like the officer XP. That's the only reason why I do it. It's like if I can gain points for the nation for helping them
Yeah.
out and get officer XP, then I'm for it. But like recruiting, I don't really go too crazy for gather. I don't think I've ever really even scored like enough to get my 3 boxes on my 3 chests.
Yeah, I don't even get the test. No.
I don't even know if I've ever got 1 chest unlocked. Never mind 3.
Yeah, I can't.
Building phase, I do get 3 boxes open, but that's usually about it. Unless unless I went like C40 or C41, I got my cannons. You know what I mean? But I don't really build anything other than that. I do need to
I see
upgrade this
so
building.
I was gonna say a good point right there for somebody that's trying to grow their city. Don't upgrade your freaking both your camps or farms.
No, you don't need to.
I get in people's cities and I'm like, what are you doing? Why do you have 2 of them at C34 or 34? Like,
so what I will say is like when you get to 41, you're at a standstill. You know what I mean? You have a lot of time in between.
go back through.
Go back through. Like I just actually recently did. So this factory used to be 34. And like when I got 40, I was like, oh okay, well I gotta do something about that. That's a bit traumatic. I'm never using T11, so I had to get that to at least 37 so I could have some extra shredders constantly growing. Some troop that I'm actually going to use instead of just fodder.
Yeah, I skipped my my workshop even. I didn't level it up to 35, and so I went to 36 for the snipers instead.
What? You got snipers
my workshop
over workshop? Like I skipped snipers until I was max 30, like until I couldn't build anymore on 38.
I mean, I'm city 36, and I only buy like the first pack or 2.
But if you skipped the camp, you would have got to 37 with shredders a lot faster.
Yeah, I'll be 37 now. I'm always in the uranium mine, but
because even when I would say like even most of my guys, I would say at 36, like they're still using cannons. Like no one's using snipers.
I find against a long range attack city, the snipers are more effective.
They just fuck up my formation, so I don't let them use them. They're not beneficial. I would say in most cases, like if I'm like the only time you ever see me use snipers is like if I know I'm gonna lose an attack, like I'm going into it knowing I'm gonna lose, but I'm gonna kill a lot. I will send my snipers in to die. So even if I lose troops, I'm just like, okay, I just lost a bunch of snipers I don't care about. Like I happened one time where I already used my SOS and I saw a 50 million BP C34, and so I sent like a formation with front line and snipers, bro. It was the best report ever. I was so excited. It ate.
But for me,
them snipers
in the mine,
given to them.
Yeah, and for me in the mines, the snipers will do more than the cannons against another long range attack city.
It depends. It depends on the formation.
Yeah, that's true. But like if I've got
if they have a lot of front line, if I'm not mistaken,
against.
If I'm not mistaken, like snipers kind of hone in on front line. If I'm not mistaken,
they've got that third shot. They do a 1.5 like critical strike or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that because, but I can't remember who else is in here that can answer that question. Because I'm pretty sure I remember something like that. I haven't used snipers in a very long time, so I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that was the case.
Snipers used to rock. They got nerfed.
They prioritize the front line and then they work their
Nobody
way back.
was going to
EMPs, so that is it. So like
and everybody was staying the snipers.
If you're gonna jump in, Like if you run out of your, like let's say like you're just a 38 hanging around, like a 38 average spender, decently strong. You know, you see a fat C35 hanging around. You know what I mean? And you got a decent amount of Titan. You got a decent Titans, decent LRA, decent melee HP. Running that bitch with snipers, you're gonna tear that person's front line up. Don't use your EMPs. Throw in them
Yeah,
snipers
those are hard to build.
and go eat that whole front line.
Yeah, I'm. Do you think I should? So I have enough uranium to upgrade my city hall to 37, but not enough for my factory, and so I'm probably gonna do it now so that I can start
Get
getting
the zombies. Yeah, so you can get the zombies. I did it so I can get zombies. But you will get a lower Medici score, I believe.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean,
100%.
that's not the biggest. Huh?
Yeah, Medici scales off your city levels.
Yes.
So I will get the score.
Yeah,
and
but
I'll be a
that's
week.
not a big deal.
I'll be a week or 37 for like a month to a month and a half. I've already done the math, and so it's like 35 days between for when I'll finally get my factory 37. But
I'm coming into this kind of late, but you're talking about the builds and everything, and I kind of want to throw mine out there just to see what you think of it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, show us what you got.
All right, hold on.
I'm just kidding. Who's talking?
That was Violent.
This is Violent.
Yeah, Violent.
Oh, okay.
So I just upgraded up to the 36 here. So let me see. Can you see my screen?
Oh, you're sharing your screen. I'll hop in there. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, your Titans are pretty good. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm clicking it now.
First, 36. That's decent. And a 977.
Yeah.
Click on the male. Click on his talents. I want to see.
No,
yeah, see that level.
Reset that boot.
Yeah, see that boot, that level 13 boot? Get rid of that thing.
Reset it.
Yeah.
Yeah, recycle
Reset it.
Yeah.
Yeah, click it on it and hit the green recycle.
That little recycle. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You don't need that.
And now you have like extra talent that you can fluid that you can upgrade certain stuff. It looks good.
Oh yeah, tier 3 is good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm working on her right now to get her to 3.
That'll be nice.
That's solid right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the plane?
So
okay. I wouldn't focus so much on the last town.
Yeah.
Like,
no. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been told that now. The same. Like I've been focusing on him. I want to get this opened.
Yeah, opening it's nice. Probably getting into like level 7 and leaving it there for a little while until you get everything else where it should be. But I mean, for where you are right now at level 28 and 29 Titans, I mean that's pretty solid. And you got a gold plane.
And you have a gold plane as a City 36? Jeez.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, I was playing 621 and
your lab.
And Void, and bro, like I was seeing C34s with gold planes.
You gotta get those golems up there, man. Look at those golems, level 16.
Yeah, I've been focusing on that, and then just slowly working. I'm kind of like I like to try to keep everything kind of, but as I've been getting lower, I've been slacking on the upper stuff, keeping them all even.
I would definitely boost your golems up. Those are huge for attacks. Yeah, I don't mess with the director's 6 scar stills. It's just so pointless.
Oh,
so right now I've been concentrating on these now that I got my gold plane together.
Yeah, those are good.
Hey, you got a good build, bro.
Are you long range or mid range?
Long.
Okay.
I had a hybrid. I had a hybrid build, and then I changed it up.
We were talking about that.
Hybrid.
Anybody know which 2 officers on the new ones were the damage
reduced
for melee? Yeah, the reduced damage
for melee.
So
melee was Simon, and
I
reduction.
remember Simon, but
And
what's the other one?
reduction to LRA was Freya.
Was there just
And
one melee damage?
hold on.
It was Freya. It was Freya.
Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Give me 1 second. I have it saved.
I know there's a Titan and melee, and I thought there was another one, but I couldn't remember what it was.
I got you right now. Give me 1 second, big dog.
Right now, I'm working on all the equipment through, like trying to get all this up to level 6, but it's taking freaking forever.
Yeah, it does take a while. All right, so tip. So small robot on Freya, the second skill on Freya, the bottom one.
What is that one?
That's reduced
long range resistance.
You're not in the mine, Violet.
That's reduction damage taken from LRA troops, and then the first one on Freya is increased damage to Titans, and then,
so the Titan, so Freya has the Titan and the LRA.
Yeah, and then Selena has reduced damage taken from Titans on the second one, and then the first one is increased damage to LR troops, and then the Titan Killer is also on Maria. And on the second one for Maria, and the melee killer is first one on Simon.
So when you say Simon, let me look at him real quick. That is the little robot or the gun?
The energy rifle.
The energy rifle. The top one is the one I need to do?
The top one is the one you need to do for melee killer.
Okay, so I need to do that. And refresh my memory. What opens up again?
I'll send you the sheet so you can look at it and reflect.
And then I know Expertise 2 opens up at level 15, correct?
Yes.
And what does the first one level open up at?
10.
Level 10? Okay, cool. I don't know how far I'm going to get. Tomorrow I should be able to clean the store.
Hey, why there's so many EMP cannons in that attack?
Well, because right now I got a bunch of people in the hospital because I SOS'd this dude today earlier that's been fucking causing all kinds of havoc in our nation. So I'm in the hospital with my main fleet for 8 days right now.
Alright, guys. I will say I'm gonna have to jump off this. I do have work tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But
it was fun. Thanks for doing that.
Absolutely. I will be doing them a little bit more often here and there before the baby comes.
Yeah, cool.
All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Peace.
Yeah.
Thanks, Barry.
No doubt. Later, guys.